Hey everybody, my name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr. I'm Frankie McDonald.
I want my baby back, baby back, Chili, baby back, baby.
Caller, this is calls for Ayala. Hi. So.
Hey, do you remember me?
Who's this?
Nick.
No.
Last name Goose.
Nick Goose. I don't know names. I don't even remember my mom's name.
Say it again.
If you even tell me my mom, I wouldn't remember her name. Like, I'm really bad with names. How do you look?
When you say my name again, I don't even know if you heard me right.
Nick Goose.
Thank you.
Why? Why do you have to call in like that? Why do you have to call in like that? That's not a good caller. It's a horrible, horrible caller. I'm going to play you a little song.
Nick Goose! Oh, Nick.
Me Chinese, me play jokes, me put pee-pee in your coat.
What's up, Vivek?
Hey.
Whoa!
Look at this.
What's up, guys?
I was craving a Slurpee.
Can I get my change back correctly?
You know, we'll.
I feel like a lot of us are conservative in the way that we just want to be able to say the N-word and it not really matter.
That's all I want. Come on. Is that so much to ask? Can't I just say the N-word? Does that make me a bad person?
Come on, guys.
Violet's a huge fan of yours. She loves censored TV.
Oh, great.
I do. I love your show. Big fan.
All she wants is to be able to say the N-word, but that's the only thing that's holding her back in life.
Yeah.
Oh, it just, you go like this.
How are you and your man? Oh, Bisconti, he's in hospice. I'm teasing. Oh, it's a joke. It was an old man joke. No, there was somebody in hospice on meeting earlier, so I was like, oh, geez. I'm just kidding. He's fine. Oh my God, we're great. I'll marry that man. Oh, he's adorable. So.
If not, they just fall out. This is your fault, John. I'm just saying.
Jumping jack. Whoa!
Yeah, don't.
Whoa!
What was it?
Whoa!
Okay. There. I did it. What, you can take it? It's not they just fall out. This is There. I did it.
Are you winning, son?
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm an English teacher, a dialect coach, and today I'm going to show you exactly what actors do perfectly and terribly when they try to do a British accent. Let's rate some accents.
My kink is British accents. Oh, is that all right?
Cheerio, cut.
Yeah, right then. Bush cheerio.
You're really attracted to this.
Oh, bloody hell.
I had to look up where she grew up and went to school because I genuinely don't know why she's so good. She's not trying to sound perfect.
I'm taking the dog, dumbass.
I'm taking the dog.
He's just happy to have the attention. He's just happy to have the attention.
Got tired of my scheming. It's me. Hi, I'm the baddie. It's me.
Our next guest is originally from Danville, Illinois. He enjoys cold beer and hot music. Says that he and his mom don't see eye to eye on his love life. And he claims that his job has cost him several relationships. Please welcome Robert Faggot. Faggot is rather an odd name.
Yeah, you know, it is an odd name.
Speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
No, Mrs. Stef.
Misa Kochata.
Ding, 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 ding.
Sunday, Monday, happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy day. Thursday, Friday, happy day. The weekend comes, my cycle hums.
Your lip, just kind of get it in there. Fill it in a few different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
I'm gay. I have relationships with men, and sex with men.
Hello, welcome to SimpCast. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Pride Month. Oh my gosh. Who's feeling gay? Who's feeling straight? I'm feeling extra straight. This is actually the second SimpCast of Pride Month. And oh my gosh, there's 3 more after this one. So I hope everybody's got their brain. No, F all that. But people are over it. People are over that noise. Okay. Before we start the show and we're going to get into the hot topics today, like we always do. We're going to talk about the Simone Biles, Riley Gaines drama. We're going to talk about our second summer of love. I've lost track. There's been so many summers of love with the mostly peaceful LA protests. We're going to talk about the Elon and Trump drama. We're going to talk about all sorts of things. But before we do, gosh, I have some comedy shows coming up. I had a big week. If you didn't see me on SimpCast this past Wednesday, check it out. Go to Tim's YouTube or I guess timcast.com. Wherever you find your SimpCast stuff, watch it. I was funny. I had funny quips. Okay. Come see me. I got shows coming up. I'll be on Long Island in August, Plano, Texas in September, Ohio in October, San Diego in October, and Phoenix. Go to chrissiemayr.com for tickets. Get them now, people. Don't wait around. If you know you live in these towns, what else are you going to be doing? This is fall. Nothing's going on in the fall except for, I don't know. But this is not Thanksgiving time, so you're safe. chrissiemayr.com for tickets, please, and thank you very much. Yes, it's Sunday. I'm so excited. The rest of the panel is tardy, so we will reward the people that are here on time with a round of applause. Welcome to SimpCast, the very on time. You know her, you love her. It's Tuggs.
I'm on time, and I was technically later than I normally am.
You're on time with a smoky eye.
I am, yeah. It's a slight blue to match the blue because I love crazy eyeshadows. So
I love it. What's new? You were telling me before we started about a video game, and I am now a gamer. I'm not sure if you're aware. I have played.
I have I have heard things.
I've
Yeah.
played games such as
I've heard.
I was gonna say Flip Cup. No, that's from college. Cuphead, I've played. I've played and beaten Untitled Goose Game.
Ooh.
I played Baldy, which is a poorly drawn cartoon. He's like a principal who's looking to attack you. That I didn't like as much.
That seems a little scary.
And then, gosh, yesterday I played something on, was it Fortnite or Roblox? I can't even tell the difference. But I had to hide. I was very small and I had to hide in like teacups and on doorknobs and
That
things
sounds
like that.
Roblox. I don't think that's Fortnite, but I could be
Okay.
wrong.
No,
the
I
new
think it was.
season just came out, so I don't know. But
There's seasons of video games. I can't
Fortnite,
keep up.
yeah.
I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I was playing Expedition 33, which is a wonderful, amazing, beautiful. The men are hot, the women are hotter.
There's hot men in a video game?
They're equally, yeah.
Sign me up.
as hot. Yeah, and the male character, without any spoilers, but we have a new male character, and the ladies and I were just flabbergasted at how pretty this new character is. And so anyway, so I was playing that. It's a great game. It's beautiful. If you've not played it yet, definitely go play it. It's free if you have Game Pass. It's free on there.
What the heck is Game Pass?
It's a monthly subscription for Xbox. You can either do it on or Microsoft rather. So Xbox games, you can do PC or Xbox or both, depending on what you have. And they have a lot of games that are included, and it's totally worth the $20 a month. My personal opinion.
That sounds worth it. $20 to see hot guys in a video game? Sign me up.
You get to play all these games for all these newer games have been coming out for free. Like the Indiana Jones was included. Anyway, it's a whole big thing. But it's a turn-based combat style, which I am not very good at. And so I was multitasking with raging and also trying to get to the next. It was bad.
Expedition 33. Ooh, I hope none of
It's
these people have
beautiful.
allergies because there's pollen flying around.
They're rose petals. I won't spoil it. Rose petals.
So this girl's flying. Oh, my mouse turned into a little dagger thing.
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's very, very beautiful. I have it on the easiest mode, and I'm struggling really bad.
Ooh, she's cute.
I know. Look how pretty they all are.
Oh my goodness, good ponytail.
And she's a redhead.
Oh, hello.
redhead.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sold. Gustav grew up feeling suffocated by the painter's constant presence over Lumiere. I don't know who any of these people are. Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, the candlestick.
Yes. Also, the planet they live on, or the city they live in. I don't know if it's
Aha.
a planet. It's like a French. It takes place in
Uh-huh.
Paris. Oh, this is cool. I like this.
We're bubbles
It
now.
takes place in like a Paris sort of situation. So it's French based. They speak French. It's English, but they speak French on and off. The music's beautiful. But yeah, Lumiere is basically like a dystopian magical Paris that's in shambles.
I've never seen a video game like they're giving bios for these characters.
Yeah, and they're all beautiful. Like he's pretty handsome, but the guy we just met, Verso, can you click on them? Go to
Oh, God,
Verso.
look at
Oh, yeah,
all
there
of
you go.
them. Oh my God, Verso.
We just met Verso.
Oh!
Hello. I know. I was like,
he's got Tulsi Gabbard hair.
I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello.
Good day.
Hello.
He can double click on my mouse. Can he do
As
that?
all the girls in the chat were like, I'm sorry. Who is this guy?
Okay, I don't love the white stripes. I don't love the zebra hair, but
The
he
zebra hair,
is
yeah.
handsome and
It's
rugged.
because from what I gather, or my assumption is, and I don't know if anybody can confirm or deny without spoiling everything in the chat, but the white hair is because he's technically very old, but he doesn't age, if that makes any sense. So like
Even better, he's experienced, but he doesn't look, he doesn't look like he's got a bad back or something. He doesn't look like he's sipping Metamucil on the beach with Joe Biden.
No. If anything, he's sipping martinis.
Oh, Verso is an outsider of unknown origins who closely tracks the expedition. And that's it. That's all his bio.
That's all you get, because otherwise I guess it's spoilers. But we just met him today and I was like, hello.
He's old as the trees. No,
Yeah.
older than that.
And Mael is your little redhead. The one, the Mael.
Mael. Ooh.
They're all just very pretty. If you're looking for a game that's not woke at all, the women are women, the men are men. We actually just had a scene where it might have looked girl bossy, and then the Verso, the guy with the white hair, showed up and saved the day. So
took her calculator away and was like, stop it.
Yeah. No girl bosses here.
Get back on your knees.
I love how there's a cosplay guide underneath her.
Cosplay guide.
What does that even?
Like you wouldn't know. Oh, like if you wanted to dress up like these people.
That's so cool. Oh, that's cool.
Oh wow.
That was Expedition 33. I didn't even know that was a thing.
So if you really were like, I gotta dress up like these people.
I'm not that talented, but shout out to the people that are, and shout out to this game for being like, here's detailed looks at everything so that you can make your own.
Wow, to be a good cosplayer, you have to have a sewing machine because you can't buy this anywhere. Isn't this like a brand new video game?
Yeah, it just came out. End of April. I think it's been out a month.
And this one is X-Ray Girl.
Yeah, that's X-Ray Girl's character, Lune.
She's barefoot. Is she in the kitchen?
Oh, I said that in the game too. I was like, where do her shoes go? I have no idea. I immediately changed her outfit because I'm like, girl, you need shoes. There's like blood and
she's got
rocks.
A sleeve missing.
Yeah.
Like what? Who was that? Oh man, who was that runner during like the 90s? She was very famous for having just a one legging outfit. The chat will know.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it Jackie Joyner Kersey? I don't know. I'm dating myself. Wow, and this is all her face tattoos.
This is cool. Anyway, so it's a really good game. If we have any gamers in the chat that haven't started playing it yet.
Wow. Seal. Yeah, it's a lot of just
really
wrapping
oh,
things
so
around
close
you.
to a boob shot. So close.
Oh, yes. Yes. What does her chest look like? I have to know. I have to be accurate when I dress up like her. What do her boobs really look like?
She's got average. She's average. She's not huge, but she's not small either. She's somewhere in between.
So she's
I'd
a B.
say a good C. Like a good
B or C.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like a smaller C on the small.
She's got active boobs. They've got to be down.
Everybody's very fit in this. That's the other thing too, is everybody's like fit. No fatties here.
I love it. No fatties in this game.
No fatties.
Mayel was orphaned. That's why she's so good looking.
Yeah.
She has difficulty connecting with and trusting others. That means she has autism. But she's come to appreciate her foster brother, Gustav. Uh-oh, that's going to be some, maybe some stepbrother, stepsister shenanigans. She's only 16. Come on.
And she's a baby. She's just a baby.
She's just a baby. Yeah, but people can have inappropriate thoughts about her.
Yeah. Careful, everybody.
Careful, everyone. All right. Okay. Pick a different character to have your adult time too. Okay. What about Loon?
She's a X-Ray Girl.
X-Ray Girl.
She's very pretty. She's super pretty too. Everybody in this game is extremely beautiful. It's disturbing.
Isn't that refreshing?
It's very refreshing. I'm like, everybody in this game is entirely too pretty.
I like Skeel or Sheel.
I don't remember how she
Sile.
Sure. Heil?
A farmer turned teacher. Wow, I like her hair. Great bangs. But her teasing smile masks a dark and painful past. This is written a little bit like a romance novel.
Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen, well, we have a little romance in the very beginning, but so far it's been death and destruction ever since.
Okay, what is this? What is this? This is
golly. I don't know.
Is this a human being?
No, it's a creature of some sort.
With no head.
Yeah.
Monaco.
Listen.
It's a gastrel who speaks the human language. See, I don't like this. I feel like this is what AI is leading us to. An Esquire. This is another non-human Esquire.
He's cool. He's like a giant pillow with legs and arms.
He really does look like a pillow pal.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe him, actually. Yeah, he's like a pillow pal. He's very nice.
Wow. Okay, good.
Oh yeah. That's anyway. Any gamers that have not started playing this game, how about it?
Ooh, Renoir. He's got black eyeshadow going across his face.
He looks like an older Pierce Brosnan. Well, Pierce
yes,
Brosnan's
he does.
old now, but he looks like Pierce Brosnan to me. I say that every time he's in the game. Like, hey, look, it's Pierce Brosnan.
This reminds me of my dad. His grit masks his deep pain, desperation, and fear of loss. Ooh. He is mysterious. Okay.
Anyway,
Well, I've never
that's
been
everybody.
more intrigued by a video game.
Mucho pretty people. And it's
Everyone's
beautiful
pretty and straight.
and straight. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
far, anyway.
Guys, that was all but a paid endorsement. We are not sponsored by them.
Sponsor me, Expedition 33. We're not sponsored, but I wouldn't say no to a sponsorship.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm just saying.
Who do I? Oh, there's a trailer for this game. Are we gonna get hit if I play the trailer for the game? What do you think, Tuggs?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. It's a great idea.
Oh yes, it says violence, blood, and gore, suggestive themes.
Everybody dies. The whole premise is that there's a woman called the Paintress, and everybody under a certain age number dies. So 33, Expedition 33 is the age you are. So if you're
Like
33,
Jesus.
you're safe. Or 33 and under, you're safe this time around. Everybody else goes. I think I have that right. Yeah. So next year it'll be everybody that's under 32, and then it's 31, and then it's 30, and it's 29. Like it's counting down. But I don't know why we haven't gotten there yet.
So they're just trying to eliminate everybody?
Pretty much, yeah. She paints the number and everybody dies. So,
Wow. Who put her in charge?
yeah, it's really rude.
It is.
It's really, really rude.
So it's like one of these, like, I don't know, post-apocalyptic type. Everybody's done. And then so what's the goal of the game? To beat this crazy looking guy?
Oh God, I don't know what that is. I haven't even met that thing yet. But the goal of the game is the group that you are is the expedition, and the goal is to take down the Paintress. That's been the goal for like 50 years.
Right.
Something.
Kill the person or stop the
Kill the
person
Paintress.
who's
And
painting
nobody
these
has been
numbers.
successful. So we haven't gotten there yet.
This is Ass Pennies. It says this is the scoliosis monster. I agree. He needs
Honestly, that seems accurate.
He needs vitamin D, magnesium, moisturizer.
He needs all the
a day at the beach, everything.
Everything. He needs all of it.
Oh, it's kind of beautiful though.
Honestly, it's a really pretty game. It's very pretty. I'm just terrible at the combat, so we were raging a little bit earlier, but we're fine now. We made it.
This guy has no face. Are there a lot of characters like flirting with other characters?
Not yet.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
This is like a movie.
Mm-hmm. It's really beautiful.
Oh, hello.
Hello. There he is.
Hello. We need to go now. Quick to my car, the back seat.
He showed up, and me and one of the girls in my chat were like, "Oh, hello." Where did this guy come from?
Oh, hello. I don't know if I can show the trailer because of the gore. I'll just show the part where he shows up. Let's see.
I don't know if it's
my eyes with him. We need to go now.
Oh, heads on spikes. Oh, it's a faceless man. Did you see that little look they gave each other? How cute.
She's 16.
She's 16, bro.
They're like, his family adopted her, so they're
okay.
Kind of brother and
oh,
sister.
right. They're
brother and sister in the game.
They're step siblings.
Oh, what is that?
Whoa. Hayukin!
The combat's wild.
I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but she'll never paint again.
You'll never paint again.
It's so good. The combat, I'm not a very good gamer in general. I play mostly just for fun, but the combat is kicking my butt, and I have it on the easiest.
So you can play if you're terrible at games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might rage like I did today. I was all cussing. I was not having it earlier, but we made it through. We worked through some things. It's fine.
Have you ever played Untitled Goose Game? You go around the game.
No.
Oh my God, Tugs. This is so great.
Untitled
And you can play
Goose
with one other person. You go around. The world is like, I don't know. Is it farmlands? No, it's like a store. It's like an everyday. I guess it's a lake, and you can swim in the lake like a goose would. And then you get different goals. Like you get different assignments. Like there's a man like reading a newspaper, steal his glasses or steal his wallet, or like you have to like and you honk.
Are you a goose?
Yes,
doing
you
all
are a
this stuff?
goose.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And you can honk as much as you want. Okay, we're gonna play this trailer because I am obsessed with this game. I'm gonna play it ASAP. It's got like this. It's just the best.
What's this? What?
It's all just piano music playing.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at him.
So and it's like it's his journey. And you hear his little feet slapping on the ground. And then he's in the puddle, and then you encounter this like little boy. And you have to goose him. And basically this kid is like mentally challenged, so he's scared just by you honking at him. And
you ever been chased by a goose? These are terrifying.
Oh yeah. And it does get harder and harder, obviously. Like this guy will chase you out. You gotta turn his water on. Like this, it's always like you gotta distract somebody and then go get something.
And it's untitled. It's untitled, so there's no.
It's Untitled Goose Game, and then you grab things and you run. And then he fell, and they're like, "Oh, I got your glasses, bitch!" And then you gotta goose that lady. You can hide under tables. Sometimes you can go in places where the humans can't go.
Oh my gosh, how cute!
You're delivering mail. Like you could steal someone's Amazon package if you want. Oh my God, he made a friend. We distracted you. And then you drop things in the water. You're just wreaking. This is the guy. You're just wreaking havoc throughout the neighborhood.
I love, which is what geese do. If anybody has ever been around geese before.
Oh, you can hide. Oh, that's the best part. At one point in the game, you can hide in a box, and then you wait for somebody to like forget you're in the box, and then carry you into a place. You take a cigar. Ooh. He's like, I'm in here, bitch.
Oh my gosh.
And you can just,
cute.
You can play the whole game honking if you want. And
That would be me. Just running around.
There's no really like people, not a lot of people characters to complicate your life. Just good old wholesome goosing.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
I love it. I have to check that one out. I love these silly, fun little games.
Oh wait, this is a moment where I was playing the Untitled Goose Game. This is from how long ago?
Chrissie's
7 months ago. Okay, it's time for me to play this again. Okay. I was playing this with my stepson, and I was trying to get a bucket. Your goal was to try to get a bucket on someone's head. Yeah.
No, where'd he go? What? Oh! Let's get the tomato?
Yeah, let him get the tomato. Let him get the tomato. He's getting it. Yes. Oh, that's what you deserve.
No, not the tomatoes.
Wow, I've never felt so accomplished in my life. Yeah, and if you play with two people, one of you is like the goose with the darker orange beak.
How cute!
Did you stick your head through a broken thing? And then you just have to be careful that they don't like beat you unconscious with a broom.
I was gonna say, what happens if they catch you? Do they like cut your head off?
There's no really like grotesque graphic violence. So they'll just beat you with a broom like out of the scene, and you got to get back in.
No,
or they'll like chase you out. It's so good. It's so great. Wow, I'm really selling this.
Yeah.
I think we deserve a celebratory honk for that.
Yeah.
All she says is just a goose with a no.
No geese.
With a no symbol. Yeah. You said.
Look at his booty is covered in tomato juice.
Yeah.
Now we can
It's
escape.
like it's this time of the month.
No, how do we escape?
Oh
Their
no,
feet
now you're
sound like
trapped.
clapping. Sounds like applause.
I love the little feet.
Oh, it's so cute. He can just taking stuff.
Lady, can you open the door for us?
I'll give you a
please?
tomato.
I'll put the bucket in your head too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. What's he doing?
They're
now?
just stomping you. And it's just like lovely little piano music.
Okay, now I'm just confused.
Okay, I don't have to sell it anymore. It's pretty great though.
Sponsored by the Goose Game and sponsored by Expedition 30.
I've been low-key sponsored by Goose Game this whole time. Rhinoceros, this game is Gershwin for grandparents. Oh, wow, you're banned. How dare you? How dare you besmirch my dear Goose Game? Dan Halen, shouldn't the goose be black? Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
is.
Yeah. Are there well, the Canada goose are black. Derek C, thanks for the 5. Chrissy, did you give Tim some much needed advice regarding the beanie? Someone needs to talk to him about that. Are you kidding me? No one's ever going to get him to not wear a beanie. It's his signature look. He wore the beanie to Mar-a-Lago. Okay. It's somebody like me. He would need, I don't know, if there was going to be a beanie intervention, it wouldn't be from someone like me, a casual guest. It would
He wore it
be
to
a close friend.
Mar-a-Lago?
I think so. I don't know. I like it. It's his thing. Hey, if his wife is fine with it, why should any of us care?
Listen, there's a time and place though now. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what he was there at Mar-a-Lago for. Like, if you're there for a nice dinner, Trump's hosting a dinner, maybe just take the beanie off.
Yeah, that's why anybody is ever at Mar-a-Lago for something nice.
I don't know. The man throws his parties. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I would assume he throws parties with champagne at McDonald's.
Oh, for sure. I've heard it's really nice. Who do I know that's been?
I've driven by it. It's very pretty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in West Palm Beach. It's very nice.
Ugh, I want to go one day. When I lose this baby weight, I'll try to find a way to get invited. Deranged Lunatic. Chrissy, welcome to another summer of love. Ah, yes.
Yay!
Summer loving.
Summer loving. Except for poor Elon and Trump. Speaking of Trump.
Poor summer of love. Poor Elon and Trump.
Their summer of love is no longer.
The Elon and Trump drama really took me by surprise to the point where I almost didn't believe it. I was like, is this part of his 3D, 4D, 5D chess that he's always playing? Is this choreographed? Is there a higher motive here that can only be attained through a fake beef? And then as the days
I did see somebody, and God, I don't remember who it was now, but I did see somebody tweet out like, this is part of the 4D chess. This beef is not real. They're doing it on purpose. And Elon dropped the Epstein files bomb so that the Democrats would be like, release the Epstein files, because we know Trump's in it now or whatever. And it worked. Like the Democratic Party Twitter tweeted out, like, we need the Epstein files now, Elon, make it happen kind of thing. So I'm like,
they did become interested in it. Interesting.
Is it? Are they really fighting? I'm so confused.
I know, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm not even on leftist Twitter at this point. Maybe somebody at the chat, if that is up in your algorithm, let us know if that's something they care about now.
I did see a couple of people tweet and be like, oh, we're back on Elon's side now. He's dragging Trump, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, this is weird. If it was real, I mean, either way, it's childish as hell.
It is childish. It's crazy that just it's so public. Like, they're so big. They're such crucial figures. They're so they're just, you'd never expect it to be so splashy in public.
Yeah, it's weird. And listen, I know Trump, has his moments where he tweets out stupid crap, and Elon does too. But this seems a little over the top.
We're going to go over this mega thread of everything. But before we do, oh my gosh, Kim Coulter is here.
Good timing, Kim.
Holy shit, Kim. You look ravishing. Let's just take it all in. Oh my God. Did you get laid or something? What's going on? I had no idea your hair is like 3 feet long.
It's so
Oh,
pretty.
yeah. Pregnancy. This is 3-4 years of pregnancy at work here, ladies.
Being pregnant makes your hair grow?
Being pregnant makes your hair grow beautifully. Well, if you're
what about this?
You got it.
What about this? What about this, Kim? I just took a shower.
Your postpartum.
I look like a swamp creature.
Keep taking your prenatals. It will make your hair gorgeous again. And not that your hair isn't gorgeous, but prenatals help. Hair, nails, skin, keep them.
This is not gorgeous. This is a little bit like a raccoon lives here.
Hey, we traded this week because normally I'm the one that comes on with my hair not brushed,
but that's your signature look, Kim. You're an unbrushed goddess.
No. I don't know how I feel about that. I do remember when I went off to rehab for the second time. My friend Larry DeVoskin threw a big party for me where we all tripped on acid and everything, and I wore my signature pair of pajama pants that I used to wear everywhere, and I remember in his speech to like my goodbye toast, he was like, Kim, you're the only woman that I know who could wear pajama pants and rock it like business attire. And at the time I thought it was a compliment. And the more I think about it, I'm like, no, like my moniker should not be disheveled, like bedhead, like PJ girl.
I don't know. You
Maybe
wear it
that
well.
was a contributing factor to why I was being sent off to rehab, but that's another story.
Well, whatever the rehab did, it worked. You look great.
Thank you.
The thing is, my hair looks like this because who the hell has an hour to dry their hair?
I just dry mine now.
The thing is, when your hair is as thick as mine, first world problems. My hair's too thick.
My hair's too thick.
When your hair is as thick and as long as mine, like if I don't brush it for even like 2 or 3 hours, it'll start to dread on its own. Like I swear, like
so does mine. Dude, when I go to get my hair done, which is like, I don't know, because red is pretty high maintenance, so you got to go every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
My lady's name is Rita. She's like, Chrissy, why don't you brush your hair? And it's true. You guys, if you see me ever do a live stream ever, I don't really brush my hair because, A, time, but B, if it's curly, I usually just like, well, I don't want to brush the curls out. And then I just kind of get mangy.
Yeah. Was like, you know what? I already said I was going to be late today. Let me put on a face.
Dude, it's working. I have a lady boner.
It's working.
We were just about to go over the Elon Trump. I know this is maybe not the timeliest, but it happened several days ago before SimpCast. So the Trump Elon drama. Now,
it's vaguely reminiscent of remember the leaked footage when Anne and Trump got into like a screaming match. I believe it was like at Mar-a-Lago or Trump Tower.
Did they?
Ooh. Yeah, they got into like their friendship ended like right then and there, and like suddenly Anne was very anti-Trump. But like the leaked thing was like that they were in like a screaming match. Anyway, I'm just
dramatic.
Shameless plug of Anne, but.
How dramatic. I didn't hear anything about this. Trump and Musk drama went nuclear. And this is obviously this feels like an eternity ago. This was 2 days ago. Elon roasted Trump's bill live. Trump fired back mid-speech. Minutes later, he dropped a scorched earth post on True Social. Their bromance is dead. Oh, no. Before we weigh in, okay, sign up for his thing. It came out of nowhere, but it hit like a Category 5 hurricane. President Trump was hosting German Chancellor Friedrich Merz when a reporter asked a question that immediately changed the energy in the room. What's your reaction to Elon Musk's criticism of the big, beautiful bill? The mood shifted. Trump didn't hesitate. It was the beginning of what sounded like a very public political divorce. I've always liked Elon, Trump said. So I was surprised. He hasn't said anything about me. That's bad. Trump had stayed quiet for a while, but now, cornered with cameras rolling, he was ready to speak. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, Trump continued, praising the legislation as incredible and the biggest cut in the history of our country, about $1.6 trillion. Then came the pivot and the reason for the rift, according to Trump. Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, electrical vehicle mandate, he explained. That was a lot of money for electrical vehicles. The way Trump described it, Musk's problem wasn't ideological, it was financial. They want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy, and Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it a long time ago. That hasn't changed. So this was before the tweets, or this is during?
I don't know. It made it sound like it was during, but it's not very clear.
Because during the Biden era, wasn't there a big mandate? I mean, I was panicking at one point before Trump got reelected. I was like, am I gonna have to buy a friggin' electrical vehicle? But I was like, but before that happens, I want to make sure I get, because I was looking into buying like a slightly bigger car because the baby, and I was rocking that 2010 Ford Focus. I did not want to say goodbye to that car. That was a solid car. And I was like, I wanted to buy another used car, like a regular car that takes regular fuel. I don't want to get into this electrical bullshit. So I was panicking for a little bit that it was going to be hard to get a regular car.
We all were. Yeah. Like, what do you mean I'm going to have to do this? Are you kidding? This is ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, it's one of those things like the Real ID where it's like it's so far in advance.
Oh my God. Don't get me started about the Real ID. I'm okay. Fine. I will get started about the Real ID. I was on my way to do SimpCast. I'm saying that not to brag, but to let the people know I was in an airport this week. And I swear to God, I was flying out of White Plains. And the woman almost did not let me board. Like, she almost didn't let me through security. She's like, I give her my license. She's like, where's your Real ID? It's May. Like, it's June. The deadline was May. And I was like, bitch, I haven't flown in a minute. Okay. I'm a new mom. Okay. My pants barely fit. And I just think it's more, apparently it's they had the deadline pushed back 20 years or so. It's like a post-Bush, post 9/11 thing that they're kind of forcing us to get, that they basically turn your regular driver's license into like a Real ID by putting a dumbass like a star on it.
Yeah, it's like a star.
Very Jewish of them.
Very Jewish.
Very Jewish.
Very Holocausty. And
please. I won't wear the star.
You can just fly with your passport, but I was like, I just don't like that my regular ass license. I can't fly to DC with my driver's license. It's just
retarded.
It's the Patriot Act.
It caused so many flight delays. People couldn't get on their flights. Like, it was bad at the airport. The May whatever it was, May 7th or whatever it was the deadline. It was bad. And I'm like, how are you supposed to get, like, let's say you were out of town. You know what I mean? How are you supposed to get your Real ID if you're out of town?
I mean, honestly, if you have like a regular job, 9 to 5, like when the hell do you have time for anything anymore? Like, just let me suffice with you know who I am. My husband says this all the time, and it's true. If I walk down the street to my Circle K and I beat the ever living shit out of the guy behind the counter, they'll know who I am in 10 seconds and they'll have me behind bars. But like, I need my Real ID to get on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
But meanwhile, we were flying illegals with no ID at all.
Yeah. Oh no, and
for
no health screenings, no criminal screenings, nothing. We're just fly them into the country. And guess what? DeSantis was doing that too and bragging about how it was such a cool thing. Oh, I'll send them to the, sanctuary cities. That'll show them. Yeah, just farm them deeper into our country, you dumb fuck. Like.
He just wanted them out of Texas. I thought it was hilarious when they sent them to Martha's Vineyard. I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah, me too.
Kim is frozen while making a point. Luckily, it's a good freeze. It's a good face she's making.
You remember back in the day, and there might be some, I don't know how the average age of your chat, but we didn't used to have TSA. Remember when TSA did not exist and you just got on the freaking plane?
Yeah.
As long as you had a ticket, it didn't matter. That was a 9/11 thing. That was Bush. Thanks, Bush. Real great here, buddy.
Okay. Oh, good. 2 Kims are better than 1. I'll put the live Kim on the top. Oh, good. It seems like there's more people here.
There you go. No, my iPad just died, so you'll have to suffer the lower quality camera for just a few minutes while it charges up again.
See, I think this looks better.
Oh, this looks better?
Yeah.
You're way more clear.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah, it's a
because
So I don't
sharper
know if
image.
it's because it was dying or what.
well, it's funny because this phone will die eventually too, and then I'll switch again. We'll keep it fun here.
The circle of life.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm annoyed at the Real ID. I refuse to get one. I guess I'll just fly with my passport from now on.
So annoying. I didn't have it when we moved here and we had to get Texas IDs. They automatically just did it. So I was like,
Okay.
fine.
Annoying. Okay, let's get back into this drama. Okay, so Elon's upset about they
So
took the EV
bring it
mandate
up to
away.
say that it's one of those things that you like the electric vehicle thing that you hope is just gonna get is so far down the road that eventually common sense will overcome and it just won't happen. But that is what happened with the EV, but it's not what happened with Real ID, and that's why I bring it up. So it just close up.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Trump got rid of the electric vehicle mandate. Thank God. Musk responded to this immediately. Okay, so this was whatever. Keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair. Notice that he's tweeting like Trump now. But ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there has never been legislation that is both big and beautiful. Everyone knows this. Either you get big and ugly bill or slim and beautiful bill. Slim and beautiful is the way. Says the guy who's not, been in politics for 5 minutes. But the electric vehicle subsidies weren't the only flashpoint. Trump pointed to another moment of quiet friction. He said Musk had personally pushed for Jared Isaacman to be nominated as NASA administrator. Trump turned him down. He recommended somebody that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, Trump said, but I didn't think it was appropriate. Why? He happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. Then Trump drew the political line. We won, he said. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges is we don't have to appoint a Democrat. Yeah, Trump, good for you.
He's not wrong.
He reiterated that NASA would remain in capable hands. General Kane is going to be picking somebody. But the implication was clear. Musk had tried to insert his own pick into a key government role. And when he didn't get his way, the relationship began to fracture. Also, didn't he have he was only going to be there a certain amount of days. He wanted that person and we said no, Trump said, and I can understand why he's upset. Then came a striking moment of reflection. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. Yes, he was. Okay, let me see what's going on with this video here. Is this him just saying what I just said?
Yeah.
He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA, and I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges.
He's handling this so well, I think, and so professionally.
People are going to be upset about that, but the Democrats do it. I mean, the winner gets to choose, guys.
I was going to say you don't have to surround yourself by people who have an ideology that is centered around hating your very existence.
Yeah,
like I'm sorry, you're not obligated to do that.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, it would be inadvisable to do so.
Right.
Yep.
You don't want somebody working under you who wants to undermine everything that you work for. That's just foolish business, and Trump is not a foolish businessman.
And Trump, he had a whole first term of being surrounded by the wrong people, so he's a bit wiser this time around.
Well, if you remember, he said it when he was on Joe Rogan. He was talking about how, he knows people in New York. He doesn't know people in DC. So when, especially in his first term, he was taking a lot of recommendations and referrals from people who he had trusted and who he had thought would have, his best interest in heart when it comes to ingratiating him into the political sphere in Washington, DC. And he admitted, he trusted some of the wrong people and he let in some of the wrong people. And that was what even just hearing him admit that gave me so much more confidence going into this latest administration. I mean, he's still making mistakes, but you can't celebrate the fact that he's not a politician and then expect him to make no mistakes like somebody who's never really been a politician.
True. Which he is not. That's when Trump crossed the line you don't cross unless something's truly over. And he dropped a line that made it clear. He started using the past tense. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship, he said. I don't know if we will anymore. It was unmistakable. The phrasing, the delivery, it sounded like someone processing a falling out in real time. Trump recalled the better days, public events, warm praise, and headlines they once created together. I was surprised because you were here, he told the room. Everybody in this room, practically, was here, and we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have said nicer. Said the best things. He wore the hat. Trump was right about everything. Then Trump added with the tone of wounded pride, and I am right about the big, beautiful bill.
Great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything.
I just think his tone is great here because he's not emotional.
Great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is.
Actually, friends,
and,
it seems.
again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere.
He has to give back his friendship bracelet.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship.
It almost sounds like it almost feels
don't know.
like Elon. I've not. Really
I think
ever
Elon
been a
fucked
big
it up.
supporter.
Honestly,
Yeah,
my
I've not been a big. I don't understand the worship when it comes to that man. I really just don't get it. He's more wishy-washy than the freaking Democrats are, but that's a whole other argument. It sounds like he got butthurt because he was expecting being friends with Trump and being appointed this temporary position that he was going to have all this power. And Trump's like, no, you don't get all this power. That's not how this works. And his ego's hurt. And he's
like, but I have all the money. And
Yeah,
I campaigned for you.
Vehicles, and now you're cutting my funding. Of course we are. You're expensive as hell. What the heck?
And it's his job to do what's best for the American people.
Musk genuinely believes that money is power, and he's learning in real time that that's not the case.
It's not with Trump anyway. Yeah,
and especially not with Trump. You're absolutely right. Money is not nothing to Trump
because he's not corrupt. And it's part of why people love him.
It's America, that falls under the category of America in general, because America bankrupts other nations. You know what I mean? Like money is we print it for nothing.
True. Okay, let me get through a couple of these. Junior, the story about Elon getting in a fight with the Treasury Secretary at the White House is pretty good. That's what I voted for. Oh yeah, he like shouldered somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty beefy. Derek C, what is Kim smoking? Is Kim pregnant right now? No, would she be smoking if she was pregnant right now?
Yeah, I would openly be smoking and pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant, guys. I know I've been pregnant for like since 2020, but like, and this is mostly lavender and chamomile in the first place, so you can just chill.
It's basically tea.
It's basically tea.
Russell Hall for 5. I don't know what caused the blow up between Trump and Elon, but official explanations are always lies, and that goes triple for what the news reports. Well, then who can we believe, Russell?
Nobody. Apparently.
Hey, Max. Thank you for the 10. Chrissy, choosing between Trump and Musk might be tough. Trump is more charming, but Musk streams video games online like you do. You would prefer to hang out with Trump but play games with... No, I would prefer to hang out with Trump 10 times out of 10. Elon is too autistic for me. I would like maybe babysit his kids. That would be fun. Or hang out amongst his baby mothers.
Oh, golly. They have some stories.
So Tim, my husband Tim is telling me that apparently Elon got that black eye because someone in Trump's cabinet punched him for saying something about his wife or what?
Yeah,
okay.
What?
Wife a CEO job.
He offered somebody's wife a CEO job and it got him punched in the face, according to my husband. Outside of the administration.
And then there was something else with him and someone else's wife, allegedly.
There was something with another person's wife?
Yes. It was 2.
Is he
Get him a microphone. You're off, Kim.
Huh?
Get the husband on.
Get it. Come say hi.
Oh, a token man. Hi, husband.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
he's cute. Good job, Kim.
It's just the way my skin looks on the outside of my skull. Don't worry about it. I was going to say that I'm not like terminally online, but I did hear from a few people who make all their shekels just talking about other people's business that The black eye came from a weak across. I mean, you really get your big black eye from getting hit underneath. That's where all your muscle is. Out here, it's very thin. But he got that little black eye because someone caught him on the corner for somehow saying something untoward to someone's wife about offering them something they couldn't get in their current position. I don't know if that means financially or otherwise, but I've also heard allegedly, and I'd have to look into this, but I'm sure even an AI could tell you at this point if enough people are speculating openly. He offered someone's wife, who was doing nothing collecting taxpayer money in the White House, a real job in some CEO or CFO position, some startup he has, and it started to rub people the wrong way. That like, not only are you in here swinging your weight around, but now you're trying to poach people from the admin and family and like get yourself deeply entrenched in situations where you do not belong.
Very juicy tea.
He was looking for another baby mom.
He said with a straight face that a child under 6 gave him that black eye, and one of two things can be true, but you can't simultaneously not be on drugs and be the kind of guy who looks your son in the face and says, "Punch me as hard as you can, show me you're strong." Like those two, it just doesn't make sense. Like,
Is that what he's saying happened?
That was his official walk back story. Was I was wrestling with my son and he hit me real hard because my son's a real strong guy. This is the same mentality as the kind of guy who would pay someone to play video games for him and then lie and pretend to be him so that he can be on the leaderboards. This is like a 12-year-old who thinks he's cool. Like, yeah, my son's so strong. Look what he did to my eye. Is that really what happened? Wow. Are you out there paying 20-year-old women so you can inseminate them because you're a real cool 12-year-old? Is that what you're doing? Like your son's so strong he gave you a black eye because you're a manly man? Come on, man. That's just my 2 cents on that situation.
No, I appreciate it. We always love a token man. Oh. All right, Tuggs, get your man in here to say something.
He's at work. Otherwise, I would.
Bring your man to SimpCast Day.
I love that. They'll make better, smarter points than we do.
Exactly. I joke. I just started a new show. I'm plugging. I just started a new show over at the Warboy Studios, and I'm constantly making jokes that I'm their DEI hire.
That's great. Interesting. Okay, so as the comments continued, the emotions started bleeding through. Trump reminded everyone just how closely tied Musk had been to his movement. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He said he actually went up and campaigned for me. Yeah, in Pennsylvania, a whole bunch. But even in that, Trump made something else crystal clear. He believed he didn't need Musk to win. I think I would have won. I believe that too. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran. The real governor, not the governor from Minnesota. He's a sick puppy, that guy. Then he doubled down. If they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. Trump was saying that Musk's support was appreciated but not essential, and that made the fallout easier to frame. I'm very disappointed, he said, because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He circled back to the heart of the disagreement, the subsidies. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden, he had a problem when he found out we were going to have to cut the EV mandate. That's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Wow.
Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot.
Interesting. Okay. But Musk was ready and waiting. He weighed in on the president's claim about Pennsylvania, and he took it one step further. Musk said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude.
So what are you saying, Elon, that you rigged it?
He's saying that his BDE helped Trump win. And then Musk called out Trump's claim that he knew the inner workings of the big, beautiful bill. False. This bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it.
I don't believe that for 1 second. Well, maybe the dead of night, but I don't believe for 1 second that he didn't read it.
It's almost like he's being careful with his wording. It's like maybe he didn't get a printout, but it sounds like Trump spoke to him about the contents of it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the bill is ridiculously long.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an absurd. I still
nobody's reading that.
No,
I still haven't finished reading it, and I have also.
How big is it? How thick? Like
over 1,000 pages.
Like that?
1,000
I
pages.
think it's about Musk spending this much of his life spending, and now they're pumping pork back in because they ratify a single cut from Doge. So now he's going, what the fuck? You just made me swindle you into the office in front of the whole country, and now you're putting the money right back in. You're not you're not certifying anything. You're making headlines, and you're spending more this year than ever before.
Barely hear him.
Yeah, they could barely hear. Just sit
shit.
down.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to yell.
I'm like, I thought that you were playing the video.
You know things.
Essentially, if I was going to look at it from an outside perspective, Musk has spent this much of his life, and the dude, he's very busy. His time is worth more than anything else. He's spent this much of his life already trying to get the government into a position where it's spending less and cutting back wasteful spending. And he turned around and his best buddy, who he just helped shoehorn into office, fight at the rally, jumping on stage, throwing my heart out to all the homies. Nigga, how? Anyway, I'm saying, this guy is now looking at his friend, his supposed friend, who's going to spend more with this bill moving forward. We're putting more to defense spending than ever before. We're reinvesting all this back into infrastructure and whatnot. Now, from a top-down perspective, if you're a CEO who's investing in your own company instead of buying a yacht, that's a good businessman decision. But if I'm getting hired to help you cut money and you're telling me you're spending more when we're in debt, like it's a good spousal analogy. Sweetie, we're in debt. Cut your credit card in half. Stop spending money. We're in debt. Like, that's the conversation they're trying to have. And she's like, that's great, but did you see this deal I got on whatever the fuck? And Musk is like, what are you doing? Like, that's the most sober explanation I can give for why they could be upset. I mean, we have to use Occam's retard. The dumbest, fucking most ridiculous explanation is going to be what happened. It's good. You know what I mean? It's going to be what's the dumbest, gayest shit we can imagine. Like, there was a tiff over someone's wife is what I think. I think Musk said an offhanded shit and offered a job to somebody because he was on ketamine or something else. He was getting friendly with people. That's the most retarded version I can think of. Like, he was just getting friendly with somebody and he said something he shouldn't have. And then the next thing you know, someone lost their temper. And beyond that, it goes down to fiduciary problems and finances. Like, that's
a douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that people are getting punched in the White House.
Putting douche back in fiduciary.
People were doing coke in the White House during Biden's inauguration, right? So it's not that different.
Mm-hmm.
What president was it who used to take shits with the door open so we could talk? Johnson?
Lyndon Johnson used to take.
At the end of the day, like, Trump is the president, and like he might have been buddies with Elon, and it might have connected on a bunch of things, but like at the end of the day, it's his decision for this stuff.
Yep. 100%. Well, I still think Elon sounded like a scorned lover, and I think I have the tweet saved, so if we want to, I can pull it up in my photos. But there was one tweet that I did confirm was from Elon's page, and he was like, "Remember this, Trump?" And he like tweeted a video of them like being buddies.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! He's like,
Lord.
Elon Musk in a K-hole somewhere, curled up in a blanket with his phone, like, remember
the good times.
So back in the Oval Office, the mood darkened again as Trump made a quiet prediction. He hasn't said anything bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. There was no mistaking it now. This was a full-blown breakup. I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot, Trump said, his voice tightening. A reporter jumped in, asking the obvious. Had Musk brought any of these concerns to him in private before blasting them in public? Trump didn't dodge. No, he said flatly. He worked hard and he did a good job. Then came a flash of emotional insight, a glimpse into how Trump sees these departures. I think he misses the place, he said. He got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office. And he was, Trump added. He got nice offices too. There's something about this one. Aw.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
Disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this one. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
I don't know if that was like a clever pivot.
Is this what's happening? It's what's happening here? Is that reading my wall as a green screen? Is that what's happening?
No. I mean, it looks just like a teal wall.
Yeah, it looks like a teal wall.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe it's just my image. Maybe it's normal for you guys, but on my screen, it's showing that my video cam thing is like this big.
I think that's good.
That's weird.
As long as it looks normal to you guys, I don't care. I thought it
Yeah, I
looks
think it looks good.
okay.
Yeah, no, it looks fine.
Fealty. Screw Elon Musk. Team Trump restore fealty thoughts to Twitter. Banned for 2.5 years. Elon is a power-hungry billionaire. Nothing more or less. Old nerdy for 10. Elon is very eccentric. He's a genius, but he doesn't seem to understand the red tape that goes along with politics, and he's lashing out like a child as a result. I say good riddance. Yeah, he's acting like Ashley St. Clair. Push-ups. Wasn't pass the bill before you read it a Pelosi thing? Yes. Oh, yes, it was. Dave Chandler for 5. Loved you on SimpCast and Pop Culture Crisis, Chrissy. Hi, Kim and Tuggs. The sad thing is Elon had good points on the bill, but he flew off the handle. Yeah, I very emotional.
Like a girl.
It's extremely female coded, and for somebody who claims to want to be Genghis Khan, he's acting very, very effeminately.
Yes, exactly. This is like
not how a
scorned.
strong conqueror behaves. This is
You're
how
right. This is scorned woman behavior.
Yeah, this is scorned lover behavior for sure. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
As the dust settled, Trump zoomed out, and what he said next felt like the conclusion to a pattern. He's not the first. He said, people leave my administration and they love us, and then at some point they miss it so badly. Some of them embrace it. And I mean, this is a really funny pivot if that's what he's doing. Some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. Then, with a knowing smirk, it's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. It wasn't. So he's now saying that Musk has TDS. It wasn't just Musk anymore. Trump was describing a cycle, an emotional shift he believes happens to those who leave his orbit. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour is gone. The whole world is different. They become hostile. I don't know what it is. And then he ended with, someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know. Wow. That's pretty cool. But after the Oval Office meeting was finished, the real fireworks started. President Trump took to Truth Social and launched an all-out assault on Musk. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. Trump followed up with, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it.
Because
Well,
Biden
because it's
loves the money.
Part of the Green New scam and all that. He had a lot of all that green people, like green, like quote renewable energy shit, and just green corruption. That's when Elon Musk blew up the internet with this response. Time to drop the big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they haven't been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Damn. So much happened before this tweet.
This is where he lost me. Donald's in the Epstein files, blah, blah. If that was true, other than what we know, which is that he cut Epstein out decades ago because he's weird and creepy, we already know that stuff. If that was anything more was true, do you really think the Democratic Party would have
just let it go all this time?
No, they would have released them immediately if there was any
more
truth
importantly and even more direct to Elon Musk. If you really thought and you had concrete evidence that Donald Trump was a predator, you wouldn't leave your son with him.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You brought your kids over.
Spare me the bullshit. We know Trump's name was on the logs. Anybody who knows anything about the Epstein files has already known that, and we already know there's no evidence that he went to the island. He traveled from Florida to New York. So the idea that there's anything more to that is just nonsense. And again, sounds like a scorned ex-lover. And it makes me really laugh because there's that old trope about how however you leave the last person that you date is how you're gonna get left. And it's like he did this to Ashley Sinclair, and now Donald Trump did the same kind of breakup is happening, and I'm watching it in real time, and I'm just eating my popcorn. This is the next season of Black Mirror.
He got her funding cut. Now happening to Elon.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
And he said files. He didn't say flight logs or island flight logs. Elon added, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out." Damn. So summary. In summation.
Also, he's deleted that since, by the way. Elon
There's a lot of
deleted
them
that
that he's
tweet.
deleted, but yet another tie to like the similarities between how it went down with Ashley Sinclair, and another reason why Elon Musk is ultimately very effeminate. And I know now I'm never gonna make money on Twitter after talking all this shit, but he went to the internet. He was like, "World, see my plight and feel bad for me. My breakup with Donald," and it was just like, again, very, very female coded. This is not man behavior.
Yeah, I agree with Zen Wolf Bear. I also don't respect anyone who deletes anything. Like, I really try not to ever delete stuff.
He's deleted a bunch of tweets, including the Epstein files ones. So it's like, why? Did your PR person finally get to you, like your lawyer, and that's why? Or are you realizing that you were coming off your ketamine high and you're realizing that you sound like a child? Or was it all fake and that's why you're deleting them? Nobody knows. Yeah.
Viking for 5. Sometimes I wonder how porn ever gets made because the girls are always flaking. Somehow the poor dogs are always getting sick. That's so funny. Thank you, Viking. Actually, we had 3 more people booked for the show today and they all canceled. In addition,
I'm here.
In addition to Violet, who I don't know where she is, and Scarlett, I don't know. I was just texting with her, so I don't know where Scarlett is. And yeah, thank God for you, Kim, because it would just be me and Tugg still talking about video games.
I just like every once in a while, I'm like, "Hey, Chrissy, can I jump on?"
Oh my God, you saved the show. Okay, so in summation, Trump confirmed the breakup and used the past tense to describe their relationship. He said, "Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore," signaling a clear end to their alliance. Trump accused Musk of being upset over losing billions in electric vehicle subsidies. He claimed Musk's criticism of the Big Beautiful Bill was financially motivated, not ideological. Musk immediately fired back on X and called Trump's claims false. He said he was never shown the bill, called Trump ungrateful, and defended the EV solar incentives while blasting the disgusting pork. I don't exactly know what he means by that. Trump revealed Musk tried to get Democrat Jared Isaacman nominated to lead NASA. Trump added he didn't need Musk to win and would have taken Pennsylvania without him. In response, Musk claimed that without his backing, Trump would have lost the election and the Democrats would have controlled Congress. Trump took off the gloves and posted on Truth Social, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away the EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted." That's when Elon blew everything up, and he dropped the tweet about Epstein files. He was so happy there, hanging out with him,
jumping up in the air, and
yeah,
my heart goes out to you. You know, all of that.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's a soup sandwich.
A soup sandwich?
A soup sandwich.
It's a soup sandwich.
What's a soup sandwich? I've never heard this phrase.
It's a sandwich. It's a sandwich made of soup. just soaks everything up.
I really just imagine
Can't hold it together.
A very saucy sandwich with like the decomposed.
Yeah, you can't. You try and make a soup sandwich. You can't do it. The bread gets all soggy. The soup goes everywhere. It's a hot freaking mess. Soup
wow.
Sandwich.
Oh right, I wanted to show
Now I
this.
want
This was
grilled
funny.
cheese. That sounds good.
This is I guess they found this in Trump's burn book. Like this girl is the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met. Do not trust her. She is a pugly slut. Oh, womp womp.
Now Elon is. I just am scrolling over here to see if there's been any new. And listen, the man tweets so much that I never see his stuff anyway. But he just tweeted. He quote tweeted JD Vance. This moment calls for decisive leadership. Who had posted a screenshot of Trump tweeting on, or not Twitter, but whatever the other thing that Truth Social, whatever it is, with American flag. So are they like back together? Is he back at supporting Trump? What's happening?
This looks like a recent.
He's posting all kinds
post
of
from Truth
screenshots
Social.
of Trump's, yeah. This is weird.
From Trump. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given this bill doesn't pass, there will be 68% tax increase and things far worse than that. I didn't create this mess. I'm just here to fix it. This puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again.
Also, don't force me to get your stupid electrical vehicles that keep blowing up, Elon.
Yeah.
Maybe fix your cars. Just throwing it out there.
Although I will say I had no interest in Tesla until I learned what dog mode was, and now I want one so badly.
Dog mode?
It's
Yeah,
literally
they have a dog
it's a temperature control for the car so that you can leave your dog in the car and it'll like leave the AC on, and it puts on the little screen and it faces it out towards the the outside of your windshield. It says like this car is in dog mode, the car is at 72 degrees, I'll be back shortly. And
it works
I
for
was
babies too.
Oh, okay. I love
would
that,
never do that.
actually.
I would just, I mean, maybe if it was in my driveway, it's one thing, but like, I would never just because honestly, it's not even like, I'm just too paranoid of a person. I would spend the whole time like, what if? You know, like,
Oh, every time I see a dog in a car, I contemplate like breaking a window or like calling somebody to free the
Is
dog.
it alright if I sit in?
yeah, is Kim
Yes,
come sit with us?
please.
Let's get the
He
dogs.
has to wear a wig, but that's it.
Well, I can go get him a wig if you really want.
I just got all the dogs fed, so I'm done doing everything else. I was gonna say, if you guys are talking shit one way or the other, I went to ivc.org. It's a League of Conservative Voters, but they're pretty like anti-Trump. And
Do they have irritable bowel syndrome?
Well, most likely, and low testosterone and a bunch of other issues. But the number one reason they say is higher energy costs for families and communities, which sounds bad. But then it says in the first sentence, the bill passed by the House would cut clean energy. I don't need to read any further.
Yeah.
I live in West Virginia. Let us
sold.
mine fucking coal. I don't care. Like, I don't like that we're gonna give energy to Virginia, who is too mamby-pamby to mine their own coal. We're gonna give them our
Yeah, that's
energy from our
frustrating.
grid, and they're gonna give us back what?
Nothing.
My pothole's gonna get filled. Is my energy bill gonna drop to zero before? Like what?
That's frustrating.
Anyway, harms public health. The bill would eliminate pollution reduction. Period. You can stop it there. Pollution reduction tied to the same clean green new. I'm not buying it. Selling off our public lands and waters to billionaire polluters. Again, the definition of polluter, it's like the definition of racism or anti-Semitism or sexism or anything you're going to give me at this point. The more you use those labels, the more I don't want you to be around children. And like, I don't want you to be in control of people's finances because you're giving me the same indicators as people that are absolutely no good. Like, I'm not an advocate for nooses and guillotines because that's illegal, but if it wasn't, I would be. Like putting billionaire polluters above the law. Again, focusing on billionaires, this socialist Marxist shit still for like, it's people bitching from the bottom. Always. It's not intellectual elites who are like, look, I'm a real thinker and I'm telling you that there's a problem economically. It's people who want to invert the pyramid of suffering constantly, where they're like, they don't have a problem with bigotry. They just want to be on the top shitting down.
Right.
But they always use words like,
equity,
acceptance, and
tolerant.
Yeah, but that's not the reality of it.
They just want to be the top dog. Yeah.
Threats to the economy and national security. With this bill, Republicans are poised to gut widely supported clean energy tax credits. They're still talking about clean energy and tax credits. Tax credits themselves, it's like carbon credits. That means that you can produce as much pollutants as you want, like the bad shit. Like you can just burn plastic in your factory, in a mountain factory right over a valley, and not worry about it because you bought carbon credits from another clean factory. And other countries and other companies in other countries, they were arguing that like, hey, someone in the Swiss Alps that makes skis and has no emissions, you can buy their negative carbon emissions if you build tires in Indiana. It doesn't make any sense. And that's the entirety of their list. It's 5 big reasons on the League of Conservative Voters, and all 5 reasons tether back to Marxist bullshit or I want more green new scam shit. And it's like, when the natural gas boom hit West Virginia, people moved out of trailers and into houses for the first time in generations.
Oh, wow.
And then the natural gas boom died off because fracking bad, because one plant in Michigan can't get their shit together. Look at the leadership in Michigan. Anyway, so they can't get their shit together, so everybody else gets fucked, and now people get screwed out, and Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae come in, they steal all your shit, and now you're stuck worse than you were before, and now you're bitter, and there is nothing more dangerous to someone who's economically vulnerable than being bitter. than feeling like,
Right.
oh, you know what? Well, I did everything I was supposed to. Fuck you. That's where the recidivism rate shoots up in people we put in prison, because you lock them up and you punish them for being put in a situation where they didn't know what else to do. And they're talking about the people that go to prison. 80% of them grew up in single parent homes. They didn't have, the only role models they had were women, female teachers in public school, their moms at home or their grandmas at home if their mom's out sucking too many dicks without even getting paid for it.
How many is too many?
I don't know. I'd say one a day if it's not the same one.
I think it will
probably
go
too
with NA principles. One is too many, as 1,000 is never enough.
Yeah, well, for
Oh
some
my
people,
gosh.
evidently, has it killed me yet? No. Well, what does it have to offer me that could damage me then? Come on, let's keep it going. Like, and it goes into the same
Oh
mentality.
my god, wait, I have a really great video for you, Chrissy. I'll send it to you right now.
Absolutely. You go right ahead.
You guys are such a cute couple. I'm obsessed. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh wait, you were making a point. Oops. Okay.
Oh, no,
You're talking about something important.
I was just saying it's the same mentality that leads to women who will have children in order to increase their wages on welfare on a monthly basis. And like the wake up, it's the first of the month. It's a popular song among people who had to grow up amongst people they didn't want to live next to. And that's because like the first of the month is where everybody's checks come in, and now everybody's out spending money they don't have that the government gave them on drugs and on fucking cases of 40s and on snack food and junk food. And the same kids
Jordans.
My favorite is rims on a leased car while you live in a row home.
Oh no.
And it's like you got 4 kids. What are you doing? I know that you had it like shit, but can't you get it together enough to give them something more than the shit that you were given? Because then maybe like it's a selfishness, and it's the
How
same
would they
sort of
know better though than what you know?
Well, then that becomes the whole issue of culture, because in America we tether culture to race. So if you want to have a conversation about worse or better cultures, you have to start having a sort of different conversation, which is completely impermissible, because those who are affected
Oh my gosh, you would get along with Leonardo Joni so well.
Well, it's like this. The way that I see it anyway is the brain, if the brain is mentally ill, it can't diagnose itself any more than you can see your own eyeball. You know what I mean? So like your eyeball
Wait a
sees, but you
minute.
can't.
Hold on.
Well, were I to tug it, I would go black before I could see myself. You know what I mean? Like if you sever the head, apparently the head stays alive for a couple seconds because of the blood in the brain. So you can spin it around and have it look at the body. Like they did this test in France. Here's a little bit of history for you on the guillotine. How effective is it? They had this insane killer in France who was like, okay, you can use me for your experiment. I'm going to blink my eyes as many times as I can, even after my head's been cut off. Because all we know about from human dissection.
But then how would you know how many times you blinked your eyes?
Well, the scientists would know. You wouldn't.
Oh.
You're going to promise me, Chrissy, after we put your head in the basket,
Promise
you're going to keep
me
blinking.
Count my blink.
Promise me. I promise I'll count them if you keep blinking.
Pinky
the guy stops
swear?
counting after like 10 seconds. I'm going to say 10. Maybe I'm off by a couple seconds. But after, let's say, 10 seconds, the guy stopped blinking. Couple, like 30 seconds go by. Someone says his name, Gilbert. And the eyes look at the guy that said his name. So the whole like I'm gonna pick up the whole like ancient romantic Celtic story of lifting your head up to show you like look what I did to your house, I burned it down. That works. That's like a real thing.
How exciting.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I love that.
Well, if your eye can't see itself and a mentally ill brain can't diagnose itself because you're using broken software,
No, you just have to move to California.
The idea, yeah, I mean, then what? The state can just lead you into a system where even if you rape and murder, they'll just let you out the same day, and it doesn't matter, and you'll never face.
You can do it if you're an illegal.
You can do it even if you're American. They'll deem you. What happened to that guy that shot Cannon Hinton in the face? That 5-year-old white kid got shot in the head by his black neighbor. They deemed him mentally incompetent, and they didn't send him to prison for life. So even if you do something wrong, they'll just say
not
that you're
well
too
when you're black.
stupid.
Nothing's your fault.
Because you're too stupid. It's not your fault. It's like what they said about Joe Biden. He's too stupid to be held accountable for his own crimes. The Department of Justice said that, but he can still sign pardons and executive orders and decide to launch a nuke tomorrow. He's not too stupid to run the country. He's just too stupid to be held accountable for his own actions.
And do stairs. Yeah.
Or play with his dog, or sniff his granddaughter, or whatever. Like,
For 5, regardless of whether you favor Trump or Musk, the memes have been awesome. We won Comedy Gold. True, James. They have been good. KMX for 10. Well, in my usual topic of moving, Simone Biles and Riley Gaines was one topic. The riots in Los Angeles that you all think will come to New York or DC. Both topics are interesting and topical now. Hold on a second. Russell Hall, the rule is either wig or women's underwear, right? You know the rules. Russell Hall for 5. I don't know what's in the bill. No one does. But whenever they give a bill a name, you can gauge how terrible it will be by how positive the name is. Oh, good point.
I mean, listen, maybe.
Do we want to? What do we like better? Los Angeles riots or Simone Biles Riley Gaines drama?
well, do you think?
I don't know, but I did just send you that video I was talking about if you wanted do that super quick.
Well, I forgot already what you were saying.
I was gonna say, is there more to mine out of the problems with the crab on a bucket mentality surrounding certain hyphen Americans, or is it easier to talk about the destruction in the street caused by a complete ancillatory personality derived from the same hyphen Americans? Like, I don't know, because you can say that one leads to, like, the culture of punk rock is the same culture as ghetto, like I don't know, like gangbangerism. I don't know what you want to call it. The mentality that'll like wait for you to park your car and then like steal your shit is the same thing with scummy whites that decide society's not for me, so I don't like commercials. I used to be one of them, big mohawk and a vest with no sleeves and shit. I thought society
what
wasn't for
turned
me.
you around?
Prison. Being surrounded by actual
Cool.
horrible monsters all day, every day, and being like, wow, if I can do anything I can in my life to not be stuck with these fucking people again, I think I'd like to make those decisions.
What'd you go to
instead.
prison for?
I stole I stole Alexander Hamilton's dueling pistols out of the Washington Crossing Museum. Have you ever seen that movie?
Whoa, what a cool thing
it's
to go
not
to
cool.
jail for.
It's not cool. It's you ever seen that movie National Treasure with Nicolas Cage?
That's what I tell everyone. He's the real life.
They based it on my exploits, and I didn't get any royalties.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it sucks. But
Hold
no,
on. We have a dog. We have a dog situation. Oh, he was just peering in. That was cute. Oh, look at the face.
You're on camera.
This is set.
If we like dogs.
More dogs. Oh, look at this cutie.
You can't come in my lap. We're 50 pounds.
Marshall.
I don't want the other one too. No, okay, other one too.
Ooh, let the dogs in. Look at
Not
this dog. Oh my goodness, I like that one
Oh,
better.
that's a picture.
I do too.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, that's just evidence of the punk days.
That's me, like 22, giving a very angry speech that would not be YouTube appropriate.
Oh, it looks like you're singing.
I think that is a concert.
Well, I was with my brother, so it was mostly just yelling. It wasn't really singing.
Waffles. She's busy. She's probably sleeping.
Well, either, yeah, depending on which topic you wanted to go into, it's essentially
Just
the same problematic conversation, just one spun to politics and the other spun to culture.
So true. Wait, what is this video about that you've sent me, Kim?
Oh, it was just this woman who is like trying to help out the hoes, like fudge a resume. I just
okay, we'll play that. Viking says, "How does one steal George Washington's guns? Was Nicolas Cage involved?"
No, I'd never taken Xanax before, and I was pre-ROTC. I was ready to get my whole life in order and enlist and everything, and I was 18, school had ended, and I was hanging out with friends I was trying to get out of the wrong crowd, but they weren't like...
You can't forget the hurricane.
It's 90% my fault. We were also 2 weeks into Hurricane Irene, so we hadn't had power for a while, so we were going a little stir crazy. And we were living with this woman. I was living with this woman, Janice. I left my dad's house because there were substance abuse problems. I left him when I was like a teenager. I was living on a couple couches, and then I'm living at my friend's house, and she had like a home dialysis machine thing, and we were running it on a generator, but then we didn't have any more gas, and the gas station down the street didn't have any power, so I went to the park and stole gas. Because I knew that they had it in like the sheds where the park police cars are. And then like we went back the next day and I got food for the concession stand. We were making hot, because he had 3 siblings, kid I was living with, and it was like after day 2 you open the fridge and it was just flies. And it was just like, all right, this is a problem. Like, so I tried to do my best in a addled state of, teenager stupidity. And I'm not
You didn't
trying
think
to make
like, let me get a job or something?
In that week it didn't occur to me. It was more like, well, I can sell off this ounce of weed I got, and then once those 20 bags are gone, I don't know what else I'm gonna do, and I don't ship out for another like 4 months, so we're gonna figure something out. And like, we didn't have a car, we didn't have access to a bunch of stuff. We were kids, and I just we went into the museum. We went into the park at night, and we went past, and we kept going past the concession stands. The museum doors were broken open from the storm. They'd been blowing branches around. So I went inside, and then one thing led to another. I was very inebriated, and I'd done Xanax for the first and last time in my life. Apparently, it gives me an instinct to steal things, which is not an instinct I normally possess. I've read other people get this same instinct, apparently. There's people that will, like, steal packs of gum when they have pockets full of money and get arrested for it on Xanax. Apparently, I'm not the only one.
Wow, I didn't know that Xanax can do that to you.
It's like Ambien stories. I read about people that, like, will wake up, make a whole Thanksgiving dinner on Ambien, then call the cops in the morning and be like, someone broke in and ate everything in my kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like, no, people sometimes cook on Ambien. Well, people sometimes steal on Xanax, and it's not like a legal
Wow.
defense. It's not a legal defense. I still did 3.5 years, but like, it's a, it's a thing, and I did that, and it was not fun. I mean, doing it was pieces I can remember. We were laughing a lot, but then like the aftermath was so not fun. Gave everything back because like I had dueling
Wow.
pistols and tomahawks and some swords, and I woke up wearing a Continental jacket that was very ill-fitting. So I'm kind of a big guy,
Cool.
and like it just
It's so funny because like I don't know what people expect when I tell them that like my husband's a felon, but then I tell them the story and it's like, well, that's certainly not the story that I thought I was about to hear.
And you always have to shop. Whenever people get in trouble for stuff, I say you should always shop it against all the shit you could have gotten in trouble for.
True.
And you just call it a win. Just chalk it up
That's
as a
true.
win. Could have added. I mean, I was a fucking shenaniganizer and a hooligan for years, but I'd never done
Then
anything
look
like
at you
that.
now. You're doing
Yeah,
great.
now I'm a father of 3 and work concrete and own dogs.
Oh,
Look at
like
me.
you're a real man.
Yeah. There you
All
go.
right, let's watch this video probably making fun of black people.
When I got clean, I got me a job in the rehab, and they had me working with all the hoes. They said, Raj, you could best help the hoes. I said, I don't know what to do with these bitches. So I got creative with the hoes. I got them all dressed up one day. I put them in the conference room. I said, okay, hoes, we're going to get you a resume together. They said, what you going to put on there for my skills? I said, what the hell you did? They said, how you going to do that? I said, if you ever slept with more than one man at the same time? They said, hell yeah. I said, you work well with others. You's a team player, bitch. You ever slept with a man and you didn't get your money? They said, absolutely. I said, that's volunteer work, community service.
Great.
What's your favorite sexual position? They said, all of them. I said, you flexible. They can put your ass in any position. You ever slept with a man and it was over just like that? They said, all the time. I said, you have the ability to get the job done in a timely fashion. I said, damn, girl.
That's amazing. Wow. It reminds me of one of my jokes. Dave Chandler, Kim's husband, wins best FAFO story ever.
Bonus to that story. So he's getting interrogated and flash a little story prior to this. So a friend of mine who was not a friend at the time, I had only known him like in my circle, had just gotten arrested for bombing Starbucks in New York in an attempt to like recreate Project Mayhem.
Oh boy.
And I got interrogated for that case for whatever reason. We weren't friends on Facebook. I didn't have his number. We had never been more than like 100 feet around each other and like known of each other's existence. But the FBI shows up at my summer school in like the middle of the day, and my vice principal comes up to get me and she goes, Kim, did you do something? And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, I smoke weed, like I don't think the FBI is interested. So I go in and they tell me all this stuff and I'm just like, I just remember looking at the guy and just saying to him, like, listen, like I've never been affiliated with this guy before in my life, and if you're talking to me, I know you don't know anything, because I don't know anything. So I don't know what you want with me, but like I'm failing out of summer school, so can I go back to that? And flash forward to Tim, they pull out a whole bunch of files and they have a bunch of different names on it, and they open one and he thinks he sees my name on it, and they open it up and they're like, so like, have you had any like recent relations with like Ann Coulter's niece? Is that still a connection you're keeping? Like seeing if like maybe there's like political motivation in this, and this was like far before anything, any kind of commentary career of mine. So it was just a little hat on there, but
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is crazy. You know what else is crazy? Is Tuggs has to go.
Sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're the best. Tuggs,
But I'll be back.
What's
we have
coming
We
up?
have a schedule this time.
Where can people follow you?
You can find me on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. That Tugg Live with 2 G's. I'm also on the socials, Twitter, and all that stuff. Mostly do gaming stuff. You are a mediocre gamer. But yeah, and then on Sundays I'm here sometimes. Which is
Yay.
Nice. It's nice
Everyone
to be back.
follow Tuggs.
Yeah, come follow me. Thanks for having me on, Chrissy. I see you in I think a couple weeks is my next one.
Ooh, yes. And then maybe we can play a Goose game together somehow.
Yeah, let me know. I'm down to play. I have all kinds of games that we could play.
Okay. I will definitely DM you about that.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye to Tugs.
Bye to Tugs.
Bye to Tugs. Oh wow. Okay. Should we talk about LA? Is that gonna depress us?
I mean, it's worth mentioning, I guess. It's just it's another one of those like, oh, look at the peaceful protesters throwing, like concrete bricks.
It doesn't seem organic at
fires. It doesn't. I don't know. It just solidifies why I don't miss LA. I really don't.
Did you ever live there?
I lived there for a while actually, and I lived in the Inland Empire for longer. But then I moved from the Inland Empire to San Francisco, and then from San Francisco I moved back, and I lived in Boyle Heights, which is like a very like Mexican ghetto of LA. It's where I got like my finger tattoos and my first job as an apprenticeship in a tattoo shop, because
cool.
Yeah, initially my neighbors were like, "Oh, this white bitch is gentrifying the neighborhood," and I was like, "No, look at me, I got tattoos. We're cool."
No, it's okay. I have tattoos.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know why I thought it would work in my head, but it actually totally worked.
So this Cam Higbee guy, he's an America First guy, and he's on the ground there in California. LA riders have tear gassed California Highway Patrol as they remain trapped in an underpass. Whoa. Tear gas was deployed on the protesters. They picked up every can and threw it back. Whoa.
Yeah.
These poor cops.
That's some peaceful tear gas.
So they're throwing scooters at them? Wow.
Yeah, imagine running around committing acts of terror, waving the flag of a foreign nation, and thinking that you're not just behaving, like a barbarian.
This is wild. I mean, I really give credit to these people that are here reporting this. It is giving like third world country vibes. Very sad.
I mean, LA always. I mean, just take a stroll down Skid Row sometime if you want to be a third world nation.
My first trip to LA, I did a show at the Moroccan Lounge, which I didn't know was right near Skid Row. I was just like, "Oh, a fun music venue. I can do comedy here." And then I was like, maybe I should go flyer before the event, or like try to bark people in or something.
You stepped on a heroin needle.
Yeah, this girl I was at the time, Sylvia Sage, was like, "No, we're not doing that." Wow, look at all this. Wow, they're just throwing stuff. Are these cops just stuck in their cars?
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Whoa. And what do they think that's gonna do?
And imagine saying that this resembles January 6th at all. Like, what disingenuous nonsense.
Wow. I think just a lot of people with no jobs is what's going on. Rocks are being thrown at moving police cruisers from the overpass. Entire fleets of California Highway Patrol vehicles are being annihilated by the LA rioters. Wow.
Can you have a different charger this one?
Wow.
Yep.
Holy cow. Protesters have the overpass and laid waste to police cruisers on the ground. How did this happen where they got stuck under here like this?
That's a good question.
Wow. Protesters bashing rocks at a small decorative fixtures on the sidewalk to throw at police. No, not the small decorative fixtures. This looks like a National Geographic video. Like, oh, see, they're using crude tools. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, they're trying to take the rocks out of this little design here.
Animals. Absolute animals.
It is definitely unemployed behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Karen Bass blames the National Guard for the riots in LA, not the rioters, of course. Can't believe these people still have jobs.
This is intentional chaos. You know, I had talked to representatives of the Trump administration earlier on to tell them that the Los Angeles Police Department could control things that were happening here and that there was no need to federalize troops. And so to have this here is really just a provocation and something that was not needed in our city. We're still recovering after 5 months from the city's worst natural disaster in decades. And now to go through a trauma like this that is really traumatizing the whole city, because everybody knows somebody in a city where more than 50% are Latino. This just sows chaos that is not warranted nor needed in the city of Los Angeles at this point in time. This is intentional.
Wow, the nerve.
So apparently, an on-the-ground reporter that Tim and I are both very familiar with, he goes by Informed with Anthony. Anthony Cabasa, he was shot in the eye. So I was just commenting to him that Cabasa got shot in the cabeza.
Wow.
But apparently he was there covering it. Yeah.
With a pepper ball. He's been on the ground. It's Informed with Anthony on Instagram if everybody wants to follow him. He's been doing on-the-ground stuff since the race riots of 2020. Like
he's great.
He's been he's a Hispanic veteran. He's an Army veteran. He fits in with these crowds no problem. He goes in wearing just street clothes with subtle cameras.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I mean he fits in so well. He doesn't look like press that he got targeted by pepper balls by the opposition.
Yeah.
So normally the people on the ground, they don't hassle him. He gets great footage for hours and hours into the night because he's just a little Hispanic dude.
So this is Kamala Harris on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert saying the riots are not going to stop ever and to beware with a smile on her face. Yikes. Okay.
Clear that I know that there are protests still happening in
Yes.
major cities across the United States. I'm just not seeing the reporting on it that I
Right,
had
that's right.
for the first few weeks.
That's right. But they're not going
now,
to stop. They're not going to stop. And they're not, this is a movement. I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And everyone should take note of that on both levels, that they're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not.
I'm sorry, is she inciting an insurrection?
Kind of. She's very happy about this.
Just happening.
I'll just send
Jesus.
Yeah, send it in. Go ahead. I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Talk about a reach. She didn't have a smile on her face when she was talking about this. She is smiling very much. That is a huge smile.
That shit-eating grin right there.
Yep,
She's
she knows
not
who was
smiling.
behind them. Soros wanted her for president. He wasn't shy about it. Whoo! Holy cow. Wow, that's concerning. Let's see another video. CNN is calling it a lawful protest. Of course they are.
Short comment on it. You were saying before that it's a lot of unemployed behavior.
Okay.
We got a bunch of wires in the way. It's gonna be hard for me to get through. Hello.
Sorry.
You were saying before it's a lot of unemployed behavior, but I don't know if you're familiar with like UK journalism, but Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, he covered recently on Lotus Eaters that a lot of the protesters in the UK are paid, and we know that a lot of protesters here are paid. It's not just that they're unemployed, but they're unemployed in gaming the system. The funniest thing I see about these socialists is what they essentially want is national socialism. They want the government to work for paying them, but they don't understand the core principles of that ideological philosophy, which is hegemony within national borders, nationalism being the prime motivating factor, and then further down the line, they're taking money out of the same systems they consistently complain about being defunded by being able-bodied and refusing to work, by inventing these reasons why they can't just
contribute
put the
at all.
fries in the fucking bag. That, like, by inventing these reasons, they're draining more and more until they have to get people who hate their nation and want the nation itself to have such a low quality of life that the only possible response is to give total governmental control. Like, they
Wow.
support these people who pay them to go out and make civil life for taxpayers more difficult. And what I see is a really ironic connection between the 764 and the Order of Nine Angles and other forms of Satanism, where they believe in culling society, and the ideology is very like ardent and anti-human, like a misanthropic view of humanity. The guy that blew up the fertility clinic, they believe, was a part of the same satanic belief system, where all humans are bad, therefore being forced to be born against your will into a slate where you're already tilted ideologically towards suffering is wrong. That belief system extends to both the right and the left. You see it on the very far in both directions. It's as if this one ideology, like if you dig deep enough, you can find an idea, just like if you're mining for precious metals in the earth. Some people have dug deep enough to realize. Yeah, I mean, everything is a microcosm and a micro and macrocosm of everything else. I was just going to finish it with saying, like, the belief system extends to both wings. You've got the idea that whole swaths of our society need to suffer and need to go. And then you have people on the street trying to make that happen, and they all think they're right.
Right.
Like, they all think they're correct. And I think it makes so much more sense, rather than to believe that either of these bastions of thought were created independently, to take a step back and realize that that intensity is all being driven from one direction. Because it makes a lot more sense that way. Ideologically, if you were going to build a cult of destruction, why would you castrate yourself? Why would you, like, cripple yourself by refusing to reach across a divide you don't believe in, left or right, politically? Like, if all people have to go, then I would use both. I would, you know, I sound like I'm getting a Jesse the Body vibe here, but like, I would use both. I would get both sides to reach around and grab to the top and start tearing it apart, because you have to realize, like, I don't know. That's something I think about. That the whole thing's getting gamed front, right, and center. USAID was one spotlight, but there's so many. I mean, all the cocaine they bring in and everything else, they're selling it to put back channels of funding into little pockets to be spent on who knows what. Like, so just when you say that it's unemployed behavior, I agree, but at the same time, it's unemployed behavior.
They're freelancers.
There you go. They're freelancers. And by the way, all you geeks and gamers need to stop jerking off to me. I smell like Brett Hare and Chipotle, and that isn't stopping you. I talk to you like you're retarded, because I think you're all retarded. I'm out of here.
F's in the chat. Hakeem Jeffries vows to reveal the identities of the ICE agents who are currently facing a massive uptick in death threats, doxing, and assaults, while comparing them to Soviets, of course. He should be ashamed of himself and putting targets on the backs of those heroes and their families. Wow, what a loser.
Hakeem Jeffries was at Diddy parties.
ICE agent.
He does.
Who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and are trying to hide their identities from the American people will be unsuccessful in doing that. This is America. This is not the Soviet Union. We're not behind the Iron Curtain. This is not the 1930s. And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will of course be identified. Every single ICE agent.
They're doing their jobs. They're doing what the American people voted them to do.
Yeah, didn't he used to go to Diddy parties?
He looks like it.
A lot of allegations of that man was at Diddy parties. Just saying.
Wow.
As Castro stripped for him.
Oh,
we hear you. Okay, Dina Bash just basically saying what's happening in LA is not a real riot. Okay. More cope from the left.
It's pretty bad.
That's a different question, but I just want to just state for the record that what did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot that went all across the city of Los Angeles after a verdict in the Rodney King case. This is a situation where the LA County Police,
Dana,
it's not good, but they're saying that they have it under control, and the president is sending national troops, federal troops, in a way that
we can look at
hasn't
this
been
and
done
we
in
can
a long
obviously
time.
see that it is not under control. It's not under control. You and I both can see that. It's not under control. And a riot is a riot. They're throwing They're throwing all types of objects at law enforcement, and the president is absolutely right. It's pretty bad.
Oh, wow. How much did they get paid to say that it's not really happening? It's not a big deal.
I mean, I wonder that when you think about the footage of that, the reporter who was like standing in front of like the active fires, like it's the mostly peaceful protest.
Yeah. They get their marching orders from the higher ups, and that day it was it's not really happening.
Disingenuous to say that doesn't happen on the right wing. There is serious problems with controlling a narrative that you have to follow a certain narrative, and that's why like the Biden diary wasn't as prominent as it should have been for as long, because a lot of people went, oh, I don't know, like it could be anyway, because of that, like this disingenuous disconnection between what's really happening and what we are told is happening. You have to go back and reconsider all of human history, because if it's this easy to lie to people now, if there's genuinely probably about half the country that believes that these aren't significant riots in LA, at least not significant enough for the National Guard, how easy is it to lie about stuff when there wasn't social media and literal cameras in everybody's freaking face 24 hours a day?
Right. How much stuff was lied about before social media, before real people could get out there and prove them wrong?
Mm-hmm.
It just makes them look even more ridiculous now. And apparently they're preying on these unmanned vehicles. I think they maybe are these driverless Ubers, or maybe do they deliver groceries? I'm not sure what the point of the Waymo vehicles are, but the protesters are setting them on fire.
Is that a cop car? No, that was not.
These are
Just random. Okay.
I think these are driverless vehicles.
Okay, yep.
How do these people even know how to set a car on fire? It feels like such a...
Well, to the interior of a car is made out of soft cloth.
All right, don't
polyester.
actually answer that. K-Max, is any of this happening in New York?
This isn't 2012. This is not allowed on YouTube anymore.
No, I have not. News outlet said it was the worst in LA, but also, I mean, I live like 45 minutes outside the city, so I don't know. I'm not really.
I just like hearing these stories of Bezos being like, we're going to have jump out bots that are going to come out and deliver your packages. And I think, yeah, go to one of these ghettos. How that people are going to tag it, rip its arms off, post videos humping that thing with a Glock to its head.
Oh my god, all the music video. I was literally just saying before, like they're setting them on fire for their new SoundCloud albums.
Yeah, well, I mean, California is about to move to a $30 minimum wage if they haven't already. That means that Bezos is about to fire everybody because robots you don't have to give a robot healthcare; they're slaves.
True.
Like, you have to think about it.
Too often.
Back in the 1800s, buying a person cost about 50,000 modern US dollars. Now, does that mean you're going to take your modern $50,000 car you just drove off the lot and Mandingo fight it to death or whip it to death? That doesn't make any fucking sense. No sense. But anyway, you're going to buy that $50,000 slave. Bezos can make him for $16,000.
True.
And who gives a shit? Work it till it dies, make another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, have three of them make another one while you're whipping them. Who gives a shit?
Do a whole Westworld. Viking for 5 says, why does the LA cop take anxiety medicine to deal with Hispanic attacks? His panic attacks. Haha. Thank you, Viking. Very funny. Old nerdy. Everyone beware of these peaceful protests. Yeah, that sounds pretty sus. Dave Chandler. What do 92 Riot and Now have in common? The left. You get it, girl. Okay, let's put this up here. Here is from a tweet from Liz Wheeler. Lawful protests with some unrest, torching a U.S. city while waving a Mexican flag. Why? There's not, I mean, the illegals are from more places than just Mexico.
In that sense, you can feel bad for the Mexicans because their entire emblem is being dragged into this.
Makes me not want to go to Mexico.
Cozumel's nice, it's just really expensive.
Wow. Everyone's having their TikTok moment. Oh boy. Okay, we played that. Here is another video. Da-da, 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 Elmo song. Okay. Unhinged California Democrat Rep Norma Torres, ICE, get the F out of LA so that order can be restored. Oh, boy.
ICE, get the fuck out of LA so that order can be restored. ICE, get the fuck out of LA.
I don't know. When you're a grown woman, I think like screaming out the F word on a video is not the most professional move.
No, it's not. She looks unhinged, and I mean, it's all they always have. They always have the crazy eyes.
It's the same sort of hostile messaging you get from any criminal organization. It's like, hey, yo, you want the violence to stop? You better stop investigating my fucking gang right now.
It does sound like that.
Hey, you want things to go back to normal? You better stop it.
Yeah, it's threats. Like, aren't we above all that?
Well, and the funny thing is, if you hold them to it, they admit it's threats. You just have to catch them in the right light. If you ask them aggressively, they're like, no, I'm saying they're causing the problem. But the reality is like, okay, so you're saying that if they don't leave, the reaction from your group will be to continue to violently escalate.
Then you have Cackle and Kamala over here.
I've said it before. If they decided to go live rounds on night 1, there is no night 3. Because the people that come out on night 2 are the survivors from night 1. They escalate, it's over. There's probably a night 4 where you have to be, drone attacks, and then things really escalate to war on the streets. But if you go live fire night 1, there is no night 2. Like, you at least buy yourself a breath. Because we've never done that. We've never done that once.
I mean,
we let the rooftop Koreans do it in '92.
This is MSNBC. Ali Velshi comparing the rioters burning, fighting, and looting in protest of deporting illegals to the civil rights movement. Oh, that's adorable. And apartheid,
That's
as
a
he
parallel
claims
they don't want to make.
white protesters don't get attacked like black protesters do. You talk about the U.S. civil rights movement. You talk about the anti-apartheid. All right, let's just play the clip. Oh, boy.
You talk about the U.S. civil rights movement. You talk about the anti-apartheid movement. Very similar. There were people who said, "I'll be part of the ambulance corps. I'll be there with medical kits. I'll be a medic. I'll make you food. I'll be around the edges." There's some older people. We know that white older people don't get attacked at protests, the way young black people do. So a lot of older people who would go to these rallies and say, almost act as security. We're going to be there to try and stop the cops from being violent. There are things everybody can do that's better, that's bigger than voting. I'm not going to say better because voting is crucially important, but that's more than voting. You talk about the U.S. civil rights movement. You talk about the anti-apartheid.
Oh, wait, this guy can't even grow a mustache. Why are we giving him the time of day?
A wispy little thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you're going to bring this back to parallels of the civil rights movement, what I learned from watching the modern mainstream press describe fiery, peaceful protests when they did $1 billion in infrastructural damage.
Yeah, what did MLK's protests actually look like?
What did they actually look like?
What did those really look like?
There was no such thing as a peaceful march.
There's no way they were holding hands down the street singing Kumbaya. I don't buy it. They were just jogging in a neighborhood that wasn't theirs in steel-toed boots, and
that's what the modern media has taught me.
They turned the fire hoses on them because they turned the wrong way on their way to church.
What this has taught me more than anything else is that the very notion that there was ever a problem in bringing out fire hoses and German Shepherds, there was no problem. It means that the media was deliberately not showing you what that crowd was doing to businesses and to single mothers and to children in the street. It means the media was playing the same game then, but there wasn't a social media to call it to account. I don't think there has ever been a peaceful civil rights riot. I think they've always been the George Floyd race riots. That's what I really believe. And if you don't believe that, I challenge you to prove it to me. Because if you're going to use a mainstream media source, the mainstream media lies. So that's an invalid source immediately. And if you're going to give me actual footage from the day, there is none that's not mainstream media. There's none. And anything else is deemed Klan footage, and the feds locked it up. I'm not kidding. The feds locked up footage of those riots that the Klan had in their possession, and it's no FOIA request will get that shit released. Wow. So I'd really like to know.
Tensions remain high as the nation is still deeply divided over Trump's
here's a nice little montage.
election. For the third straight night, anti-Trump protesters have taken to the streets.
Wow. Yeah, you forget this is all happening in 2016.
The revolution will be televised.
much we had to overcome to get to this place where Trump wins his second term.
Okay.
Yeah, like what happened to Antifa? I think they got a makeover.
Oh, a lot of the tech stopped cashing after USAID got shut down.
Oh, yep, that'll do it. They wrote F. Reagan on the wall? Wow.
It's like SLC Comics. You get the picture of Ronald Reagan with the bullet hole in his head. Is that a better picture?
I never thought we'd be witnessing and hearing chants of death to America, death to Israel on college campus after college campus after college campus. I never thought we'd see this in our lifetime. I thought never again meant never again. But never again seems to be unfolding before our eyes. From the river to the sea, death to America, death to...
The revolution will be televised.
Who has time to do all this? I swear. I mean, like, you're gonna mess up your manicure. You're gonna the outfits you have to wear to do all this crime.
You have to consider the mass margins of the dregs of society. Those who have not only
That's
checked
true.
out from attempting to better themselves, but they've checked out because they sincerely believe that the entire system is engineered against them on a fundamental level.
That's true.
And that covers all races.
They're
I mean,
brainwashed.
it is. It's a brainwashing the same way anyone else gets brainwashed. It comes from the media you absorb. I mean, if you want to talk about any genre of music or television, you couldn't pick a more negative genre to imbibe than like BET and hip hop nonstop. And then go to a college when you're not imbibing those things and have a liberal professor tell you about the evils of the world nonstop. How there's a victim always in every situation and you need to side with them or you're part of the oppression nonstop. And then you go home and there's no one telling you to directly confront your traumas. Instead, it's lots of people telling you that having the group on your side is what matters.
Being
Having the
white
world agree
is the problem.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's not just being white, it's being connected to anything whiteness represents, like being on time.
Yeah,
or like,
taking a shower. Working out, that was my favorite one.
mhm. Working out is far right. It is aggressive. Like it owning dogs, eating meat, barbecuing outside, saying good morning.
Paying your bills on time.
There was a long period, I remember during COVID's lockdown, that we would sit there and I would Google anything is racist, and I would be able to, Google would come up with anything was racist. Explanation for why watering your plants, for why looking at hummingbirds or feeding hummingbirds, why hummingbird feeders are racist was one.
We just got a
Why like
hummingbird
smiling
feeder.
at strangers in public is racist.
Fun experiment, type any 3-digit number you can into a Google search and type the word racist after it. Like, you'll get articles. 554-137-222, like 195-973.
227. That was a great show. Gabriel Knight, thank you for the $9.99. Next time I visit a foreign nation, I demand to skip customs, and if I decide I want to stay there and live, I should get to without applying for a visa or citizenship. Or it's fascism. Good point.
A little while ago, there was a social media darling who moved to Africa or Pakistan. It was one of the.
Oh, I
think
heard
it was
about
Pakistan, and then she went to Dubai, and she was like
She got
demanding to stay
upset.
there. Well, she catfished somebody, and then she arrived, and she wasn't who she appeared to be when she sold herself to this guy on the internet. So he was like, "Leave," and she was like, "No." I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared, but that was a fun blip. YouTube was talking about it for a minute.
That was fun. Okay, let's talk about Dave Portnoy. And then we'll do Simone Biles and Riley Gaines.
Oh my gosh.
Dave Portnoy berates a white man for standing up for free speech and not wanting to put people in jail that say F the Jews. This is where anti-Semitism comes from. Oh boy.
I think right now you probably
Okay,
don't
nothing then.
do it.
Nothing. Silence everything. What do you, every comedian, don't tell a joke about it.
Because
Kirk,
somebody, like Dave, that's how the world works. I agree.
We talked about this on SimpCast a little bit on Wednesday, and basically, it's Dave is like losing money, and instead of saying that, he just comes out like anti-free speech.
Go back to your question. When does freedom of speech impinge
That was your
on freedom
question,
of
not
religion?
mine. That was your question. Not mine.
Answer it.
How many deaths?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Like how in America, American
what's your
citizens.
answer? What's your answer to that question?
Now.
Okay, we're there.
Now.
So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the fucking Jew jokes and act like it's not a big deal when someone does fuck the Jews in a bar.
Or no, but here's the thing. I'm with you 1,000% on that. You should have fucking kicked those people out. Of course you should.
I'm not talking about kicking them out. I'm talking about.
You want to go to jail? Like, what do you want? Like, those guys.
You are defending this guy Mick for what he said right after that happened. He's not anti-Semitic.
I'm not defending him. No,
if your brain goes in.
What?
What did Mick say?
This guy feels like no pressure at all to jump in. He's just staring into the abyss.
I'm not defending him, Dave. What I'm saying is you should have him on here or somebody else like that and fucking fight with them because then you have a conversation.
That's what this idiot wants.
Dave, these guys that wrote the thing at the bar, fuck the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're going to fucking fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweets at you something. You want to fucking... He's not, you can't come on
it
for
was a bar
5
I
minutes.
owned. It was a bar
I
I
agree, and they
owned.
should have been kicked out. So my thing is...
No,
like,
it's not just kick out, Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world
No,
right
I'm
now?
not. What, Dave, what do you want to do with those guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with those guys in the bar? Put them in jail for 50 years? Fine. I don't care.
I didn't
They're
say that.
assholes.
You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk. If you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
don't tell me to shut up. Don't tell me.
Shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man. Don't tell. I'll tell you, you work for me.
Okay, go ahead.
You
Continue.
little bitch. You work for
Continue.
me.
Sure, you bet. For now.
Oh, you
continue.
don't?
You're a little man, and then watch how quickly he reveals how much money he makes.
For now, quit. I don't care. I'll
Is
take 500 grand.
this a show or not a show? Like, is it a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
Yes,
what
I think
you're
people
saying.
should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many motherfucking Jews have to be killed before you stop?
That everybody, I don't think.
What else? Where else is that happening with the religion or people?
I don't think those psychopaths. I'm with you. Those
Christianity,
scumbags. Are
yeah, people like Catholics are being put on all kinds of lists.
Every day. SNL mocks Christianity endlessly, and Christians are being...
time.
What's happened to the Christians in Syria right now? What if you're a Christian 14-year-old girl, how many dicks have been in you since they collapsed the Christian
Don't answer
regime?
that.
Like, I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? You think that every bad... So 2 Jews got shot who walking out of an embassy. You know how many white people or black people or Hispanic people get shot every single day in this country? Okay, and? Okay, and? And the negative rhetoric about everybody else never stops. So, okay, and? Sorry, I'll stop.
So
but, like,
true.
the worst people on the earth. Should that?
You don't think it's all related?
But Dave, you're telling a comedian not to make a joke?
It's
Mick
is not a comedian.
I'm with you, but you said stop all jokes.
Jew jokes of that nature now.
We'll ban Jew jokes of that nature. We'll get the Constitution, we'll get Congress, and stop Jew jokes of that nature.
I'll go back to this.
Yeah.
When does freedom of speech impinge on freedom of religion?
I think freedom of speech should. I think freedom of speech is the most important thing in this country.
Okay, so people can go kill the Jews, and there's no responsibility if someone goes and kills Jews.
No, that's a crime if you kill somebody.
No, but not saying, hey, go kill Jews.
That's different. No.
Wait, so people can say like "Death to America," like unalive white people. That's all fine.
I love this emotional rhetoric. Do you remember the Kathy Newman interview with Jordan Peterson?
No.
Oh, Kathy Newman tried to nail Jordan Peterson to the wall about his rhetoric towards young men. And he just sits there, listens to her, and it's one of the best surgical dissections of an interviewer that doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about you will ever see in your life. She had to go into therapy after the interview because she's like, so we should model our society off lobsters. And he's like, no, lobsters have a serotonin system similar to us. We derived from each other several million years ago. So I'm saying lobsters get depressed like people. And she's like, so people are lobsters. And it's this kind of shit. Like, so you're not listening to me. So what should happen to them? Should they get locked up for 50 years because they told a joke? No, but right now they told the joke. So what? So what? So
free speech means kill the Jews.
And
apparently.
it's not
Like,
based
what?
on what's going on in the world. It's absolute.
Absolute, 100%.
What do you mean?
You can say somebody should go kill Jews. You don't do it, but someone hears you and goes do it. You're fine with that?
Fine if somebody says go kill Jews?
Yes.
No, that's different than telling. I thought we were talking about telling a joke. I thought we were talking about comedians.
Inciting violence.
Yeah,
he's
inciting
comparing
violence is a
telling
crime.
jokes to inciting violence.
We're all using semantics for
I really wanna edit
anti-Semitism
this
right now. And
video.
I can tell the difference because for 20 years of doing it, I've never mentioned it, Kirk.
No, and I said to you when this thing
So
happened a couple
how
weeks
can
ago,
you not realize we're in a different time right now?
I completely realize, and I'm sensitive to the fact that you're sensitive, and I feel bad.
No,
that
you're not. You don't get it.
That's not true. I am sensitive to it. What I'm saying is it's a fine line. I think you would agree. I think you would agree, so maybe you don't. That when you start harnessing free speech and what can be said and what can't be said.
I'm not saying throw any of these people in jail. You want me to give this kid a pass.
No. If you want, no. What I would like you to do, in my mind, this is why I pitched it to the producers, and you disagreed, and you are the boss. Like I said to you yesterday, it's your dime. You own the company. I thought it would be interesting to have somebody on who you disagree with, who I think at the end you wouldn't disagree with that much, have a conversation, which is what I thought you were trying to do. Hold on one second. Which I thought you were trying to do with bring these guys to Auschwitz, trying to have a conversation. So you put a name in
I'll go to Auschwitz.
the face of somebody you disagree with and have an actual conversation.
Okay, and then Dave has a response to this. Perhaps he's cooled off. Perhaps he's thought better of it. Let's see. Oh boy. 5 minutes. Buckle up.
All right, real quick. I got a conference, but this rant, I'm going viral per usual, trending on Twitter. That's what this guy does. I open my mouth and it just goes everywhere. I know it, clip, that's the deal. The latest one, me and Kirk from Unnamed, me yelling at Kirk, and you got everyone, oh, how could Dave ever talk to his employees like that? And fat boy Jason Whitlock, oh, he's evil. And Des Bryant, well, is he run like an offshore gambling company or something? He's like, don't ever, how can you talk to your employees like that? These guys just shut up and mind your business. Welcome to Barstool, all right? This is how we talk to each other back and forth, especially Kirk and I. So just shut up. Shut up. Those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This is about the bigger thing. And again, clips, what we talk about, taken out of context. Now I'm seeing, oh, Dave wants to throw people in jail for Jew jokes, and Dave wants to, regulate Jew jokes. He's been this free speech guy. And remember, he sang that Ja Rule lyric like 10 years ago and shit. Like it's crazy. So let me set this. Let me just set the record straight because people just watch the little clips. I was referring to if you're making a Jew joke currently, right now, like after a bunch of Jews get Molotov cocktails thrown at them in Colorado, or after 2 Jews are gunned down outside a Jewish museum, and your response is somehow it's like the Jew's fault or a veiled Jew joke, you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit. That's what this was about. This was about after Mo Khan held the "fuck the Jews" sign in my bar, and I kicked him out and tried to make an example of him. A troll basically was saying, like, I have no right to talk about that or be mad about that. It's just a joke.
What about Dave's free speech? He gets to call whoever he wants like an anti-Semite, right?
Right.
Joke. I make jokes. When a joke's illegal? Well, that's an anti-Semitic piece of shit. I'm not saying he should be in jail. I'm not saying put him in cuffs. I'm just saying that dude is an anti-Semitic piece of shit. If you can't tell the difference between fuck the Jews, which was not a joke, that was Mo Khan's thing, and you become Mo Khan and just be like, what? I can't joke anymore? Either way, freedom of speech. I'm fine with it. I've dealt with Jewish jokes for 20 years. Have you ever seen me talk about, oh, don't make Jewish jokes? No, I got thick skin. I don't give a fuck. People
have a
joke.
question,
People
Chrissy,
say dumb
if I could
shit.
pause it
People...
for a moment. It's a
Sure.
bit of a comment. In 2012, a white Protestant woman named Nancy Harris was beat over the head in a gas station in Tennessee and set on fire. Now, that's a Christian woman set on fire. Does that mean that in 2012, all jokes about Christians stopped?
Probably not.
So I'm wondering why the fuck that matters. Just personally.
Well, because Jews are more important than Christians.
And if that's going to be the message we give across, then that's fine. But then when we say you guys are self-important, bigoted pieces of shit, there can't be a secondary argument. It's just, yes, we are. Okay, so you guys matter more then. That's what you believe.
When
Let
you
the
call
majority-
yourself a chosen people, you know, it's...
I mean, it's implied.
They're not
but
saying
then
you're up there, your top 3 groups of people.
It's just there's so many, like, Jews for Palestine and stuff that I get confused as to whether or not the the idiocentric philosophy behind the religion is, in fact, self-serving to the degree that we are superior. And if it's not, then why aren't the people who don't feel that way calling it out? Like, you ever heard police your own community? Like, whites have a
Oh,
responsibility to purge white
yeah.
supremacists from their communities and everything else. Does anyone else have that responsibility? Be
I
like,
don't
hey,
have
dude,
time.
you don't speak for us. Like,
I can't even lose baby weight. How do I have time to police anybody?
I'm just saying, like, if the trans community doesn't want to purge the Dylan Mulvaney's from their space, then how do they not deserve to be judged alongside them?
Or the Lila, whatever the
Yeah.
Oh,
and if,
yeah, the Disney one, the Disney dude.
yeah, Disney dude.
like, if Dave Portnoy wants
Stab
to
me in
give,
the heart, dude.
if Dave Portnoy wants to set himself as a pinnacle for, well, I've given 3 examples in the past 2 years for things that have happened to my people, my 6% of the population, and thus all jokes must stop. But when events happen to any other group, the jokes can continue because it's not about us. Okay, so it's just about you. So it's not free
Right.
speech, it's about you.
Now people are going to be watching him if he ever makes a joke about any other group of people after a tragedy.
You could look back to 2012, I'm sure he was making jokes.
True.
Like, so shut up, dude. Like, I didn't mean to interrupt for all that, but like, just come on.
Interrupt away.
Just be consistent or be nothing.
Yes, that's my big thing
Yeah.
is consistency. Be you, be consistent. If I say, wait, you said this, be like, yeah, I said that because I think that. Or don't say the thing. Don't do the
True.
double back pussyfooting shit. Like, just be about you.
It was another opportunity to make himself out to be like a poor,
Poor millionaires.
Yeah.
Just
let me wipe my tears with my $100 bill.
It's like your previous commenter said, like, if your mouth isn't stuffed full of pizza, we don't fucking give a
Right.
shit.
It's hard to
Don't talk.
it's hard to care about what he's saying.
It's
It's
like
not about
when
pizza.
Yeah, when actors talk outside of their roles, we like to
Yeah.
watch you read something someone else wrote. We don't care who you are.
Oh my god, it was
Like-
like Nick Offerman.
He's just so emotional.
Someone shared a tweet the other day of Ron Swanson throwing out his computer, and they put the gay flag over it, and Nick Offerman retweeted it and was like, "Ron was the best man at a gay wedding, idiot." And it's like, hello, are you new to the internet, Nick Offerman? Like, nobody is trying to make a comment about you. Maybe just learn to shush, because nobody needs your opinion.
Orange soda. The LA protests are nothing. The right and left media blow it up for views. There's like 50 people there. The protests in Belgrade 2 months ago had more than 300K people. Whoa. Demogeny. What's up, Demogeny? I have 2 immigrant in-laws that did things the right way. It's not that hard. You can be here. Just do it right. See, we have lawful immigrants in the chat. K-Max, Chrissy, was the controversy over you having Owen Benjamin on the show mainly because he jokes about Portnoy's group, not if he made Christian jokes? At this point, like, people are so critical of so many of my guests, I just tune it out. Oh my God, Scarlett's here. Scarlett, let's get you in here, homegirl. Da 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 da. Oops, I can't figure out how to click on things. Scarlett, what happened to your camera?
I'm coming inside.
No, come inside. Someone's fucking coming here to pick you up.
Who the fuck is that?
Get inside the fucking house.
Scarlett.
I was getting my stuff out of here. Oh God. Okay. Fuck. I'm coming. I'm going inside.
All right, we'll go back to her later. She was like,
It's always something. I'm just
And now it's not alive.
right.
oh my God, please be okay, Scarlett. Oh
I hope
Lord.
so. I only just noticed I kept my apron on, and I'm just like living for this little.
Oh, I thought it was a skirt.
No, it's a my grandmother's handmade apron, and
Oh,
I was using
cute.
it to bake cookies all day. I felt like so proper. Yeah,
Wow, you're trad wife goals right now.
barefoot and all.
Oh my God, I can't be barefoot anymore. The feet people will take pics for my wiki feet.
I just don't aim the camera down there.
Good idea. Let's see. Should we hear the rest of his rant? Okay.
Say sometimes funny shit. 20 years I haven't mentioned it not once. Suddenly I'm mentioning it because I've noticed in the Mo Khan thing brought it to a head, a real change in this country where it's just open season on the Jews. Now, where I do think freedom of speech, freedom of religion is you have these protests where they're like saying, what is it? global jihad and globalize the intifadella, whatever that word is. And they're saying from the river to the sea, and they're holding Hamas-like flags and headbands and all this, saying kill the Jews and kill all Americans and all this shit. And guess what? People are starting to kill Jews in America, American citizens. They're throwing Molotov cocktails at them. They're gunning them down outside Jewish
I don't know. I feel like he's giving these people too much power.
museum. There's two other examples. One guy was outside a nursery school and was saying, I'm going to kill all these kids. Went to a gun store to buy a gun, all in the same motion.
Well, I think this is because we're just letting in too many insane illegals.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because if this guy heard somebody say, you know what I mean? Like we're letting in too many bad people. That's the problem, not freedom of speech.
Semi-problems need to go.
And I mean, you're looked at as a bigot for saying so, but there are just some cultures that are not compatible, and maybe like waving in people who not only have no goals
regard for this
to
country.
assimilate whatsoever, but come from a country where they don't even respect like basic hygiene. You know?
They stink. Okay.
To go back, and he actually, thank God, they didn't give him the gun. He didn't pass the background check, and the clerk is literally like, this guy's muttering how he's going to go kill all these Jewish kids at a nursery school in America, in the United States of America, American
we
citizens.
let them in.
So, yes, colleges and people and even politicians have coddled this speech, be like, well, it's speech, it's context. You literally, the University of Columbia, MIT, Harvard, I see there's a fucking flyer for a protest at like Bard College, which I guess is part of Columbia, literally had a guy throwing a Molotov cocktail on the poster.
This is another
And it
illegal.
happened
This is another illegal person.
like 2 weeks later. So yeah, I am a free speech guy. At what point, when people are literally saying, let's go kill the Jews, do you start to believe what they're saying in America? In America, American citizens. So I have a problem with that. Don't confuse the two things with some fucking troll. Be like, hey, Prez, you have a big nose or this or that. Yeah, if you're saying that right now, I think you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit in light of everything that's going around in this country. Go look at my...
Oh, this is such a good point from Sam. Gosh, you're so smart, Sam. Did Dave have anything to say about the Christmas parade massacre? Or why do we only care when it's the tribe? The tribe. That's good. We'll call them the tribe.
Comments on Twitter. Go look at Stool President and read under my name. You'll see how much fucking hate, how much vitriol is out there, and people trying to couch it, be like, oh, he's just mad for... And by the way...
Yes, Mike. Spot on. Emotional arguments from men are truly said. No one is hearing jokes and then going out and offing any other group. And I don't... it's not fair for Dave to conflate... just someone saying I hate X group or unalive X group. That's not a joke. And the argument, the discussion was about jokes. So people aren't
well, I mean, if they didn't have being hypocritical and disingenuous, they would have nothing. And like he had like this weird emotional outburst, so he has to do whatever he can to like play cover up.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Scarlett had to go. She's having a personal snafu. Okay.
I don't care about those fucking people. I'm better than you. I've always been better than you. That's why I'm me and you're trolling and leaving comments under my thing. So I don't give a fuck about those people. I care very much about these protests where apparently you can get away now with saying let's kill Jews, and then people are going out and killing Jews. I'm not sure that's not related. I'm not sure when there's all this fucking anti-Semitic rhetoric ramping up, and people are just kind of looking the other way and feel comfortable to do it, that it doesn't end in tragedy with U.S. citizens getting killed. So yeah, maybe when
his algorithm, I don't know. I'm not really seeing it, but
yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
It doesn't seem like it's ramping up, in my opinion. Okay. Let's mix it up. Let's do a palate cleanser.
I love a good palate cleanser.
Okay, this is good. This is good stuff right here. Oh, this is probably something you sent me. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, this dog
Yes.
picked up a critter. What happened? Oh, I hope this animal's alive.
It's a good one, I promise.
The couple rescued a prairie dog from the dog's mouth and then adopted it. Whoa.
It's adorable.
Oh, I can't do the song.
No, I.
Oh my god, it's alive!
So cute, right?
Wait, hold on. Where did this dog find the prairie dog?
150 million days.
Drop it. Drop the prairie dog. Oh. Hop. Oh, this looks like a baby.
It's so adorable.
It has a baby face. Oh. Oh my goodness. Are you a lesbian? Wait, hold on. Was the little girl like kissing the prairie dog?
Yeah.
This is not advisable. I would not tell the baby to get this close to a wild critter from the outside.
Well, she gave him a kiss on his little head. Not.
But still, what's
I
to
wouldn't.
stop?
No, it's a risk. It's still. I wouldn't.
What's to stop this little guy from going like giving her, biting off her entire face and giving her
Well, that
carpet
doesn't
rabies.
happen here.
Yikes. Oh, he kisses back. And now, oh, he's eating corn and sweet potatoes and leeks. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he gets his own little dog bed.
It's so cute.
Okay, wow, that's cute. And he's giving the cat a run for its money. He's playing with the cat. Boops.
Belly rubs.
Okay, well, this I don't trust this little guy. Look at his face. He's like, I'm gonna bite you. I'm gonna bite your nose off.
I think that I think this is one of the ones where if you can hear the noises it was making, it sounds like happy noises.
Oh, it's making happy noises? All right, then.
That's so exciting. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Mimi. Hi, honey bun.
Oh, God.
That's the dog again.
No! Come on! He gets in the car?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here?
Oh, Lord. What's his name?
I want to know its name.
Look, they made a little vest for him. They
With a
got
little leash.
a little leash with some kibble and some hay. How did they domesticate this prairie dog so quickly?
Look at that little chunk.
Wow. How'd they train him to jump in the car? What is he doing there? He's trying to blow himself.
Sleeping.
He's sleeping? Oh. Wow. The dog's name is Ashley. And the prairie dog should have ran away. Never to be. That's a big. Why does it say, "Are you a lesbian"? I don't know. It didn't come up once. This is very dangerous. I cannot, in good conscience, advise adopting a wild animal like this.
They got very lucky, I will say.
Yeah, if anything, I would say being in a dog's mouth is going to make you more feral and angry.
Right.
Think about Peanut the squirrel.
Oh, poor Peanut.
R.I.P. Peanut.
R.I.P. Peanut.
R.I.P.
Rest in Peanut.
That would be a really great shirt, actually. Just R.I. and then little Peanut.
Oh. Okay, this is another palate cleanser, but I'm obsessed with Ben Bankis's when he does the Mayor of Toronto videos. So I'm gonna just subject everyone to this. It's so good. She's at a pride parade talking about how important it is.
So we all heard the depressing news at the Home Depot. You know, at Home Depot, they have all the Mexicans stand outside, build a fence, they don't want to support the gay pride parade, so Toronto going to give $400 million to a gay pride parade so that they can dance around with the penis out in front of all the children. This in behind me is the CEO of Burger King, and we're going to make sure they give us all the money for. We're going to be taxing all the rub and tuck to pay for the homeless people and to pay for the gay
Taxing the
pride
rub and
parade.
tuck.
And it's okay. Maybe a couple Samoreans go to a bar and shoot an AK-47. Nobody care. Big deal. But you know what I'm talking about? There's a gay pride parade. You need to be able to dance around and show a butthole and show all the people about the gay people, and all the children need to also be able to see gay people on the street with a penis and balls. So a Home Depot, I wouldn't go to Home Depot. You wanna buy a rumba? You go to a Home Hardware. You go Canadian Tire. You go somewhere. You go a Rose. You know Rose? It's like a Home Depot, but it's a different letter of the alphabet.
I can't. It's so funny. I love Ben Bangus. Okay, Scarlett, are you ready?
Are you all right?
All right. I don't know if she's ready or okay. Scarlett, what's happening?
You're on mute.
You're muted. Unmute yourself, darling. Uh-oh. There you go. Hi, Scarlett. Are you okay? Are you somewhere
Hi guys,
okay?
how is everyone?
Oh my gosh,
I'm
good.
so
We
sorry.
talked about
I just had to let you guys know it's all right.
Okay.
what's poppin'.
Everything's all right. Had a weird situation, but I have to work it out. So.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get these LA people out of. Let's get them out of LA. They're causing trouble. We don't want that there. We want them. Yeah, they're gonna start some fire and burn down LA. LA's had enough fires. Let's go.
LA. Oh, wait, who hears an echo?
I hear an echo.
What is going on with this echo?
Okay, while we figure that out, we're going to watch another guinea pig video. Just making sure that palette is cleansed.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. We're listening.
I'm trying to have a normal life, and this is what's happening.
Look at this. Look at this, Scarlett. You ever seen a guinea pig? Wait, it's a little tuft of white hair in the front. Oh, they have red eyes like mice. Oh God, it's like they're using sonar. You know, I'm kind of unsettled by these animals. I don't trust anything without a tail, to be totally honest.
Understandable. Rodents in particular.
Yeah, I can't get down with rodents anymore. I had 2 gerbils in 5th grade. I'm good there. They have a tiny tail, says Fealty? Okay.
I had chinchillas, and I miss having chinchillas. They were the best.
Aren't those expensive?
I mean, yeah, they're like expensive to buy, but they also they live for a really long time.
How long?
I don't remember exactly. I think it's something like at least like 8 to 10 years or something like that. They can live a really long time.
Oh damn. I think he's whistling at somebody.
These little chirpy chirps.
They are. Oh, that one's cute. All right, Scarlett, tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods.
I'm currently in a bathtub.
You're in a bathtub? Is this your bathtub?
It's my boyfriend's.
Okay, you're at your boyfriend's right now. Okay.
And I'm trying to work it out and keep us together.
Oh. Well, maybe we can help you.
So I'm sorry about this. I just wanted to let you know that like I didn't forget about everything, and there's a lot going on in the world right now, but hell goes down here.
Scarlett, is it like this? Do you feel like you keep having the same fight? Is it that kind of a thing?
Yeah, but sorta. But I just don't run from anything I've done, but I can also believe in people changing who they are. And like I believe that everyone that gets an equal chance at life.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No,
Don't
it's
mean
okay. Does your
it's not
boyfriend
nothing
have
to
a problem with
I
like
mean,
what you do
I
for
don't
work?
judge a book by a cover, and I treat everybody, no matter who they are, what they've done. It's how they treat you. So no one should ever treat anybody for anything they've done in the past, who they are now.
It's true. Do you feel like your line of work is what your relationship issues are about? Okay.
Yeah. And I can't undo anything, so all I
No,
can do
you
is move
can't do
forward.
it. And he knew who you were when he met you. So what does he expect? Like, is it because you won't? Does he want you to like give it up or something? Like
And
give
it's
up?
not even that. It's just finding out more and more about things I've done 3 years ago, right?
Oh,
And
and
that's
so you know
not
what?
who I am. And
That's
it's not who I am now. And we learn and we live. We all make mistakes. And also, we shouldn't ever regret anything we've done because it's all a journey. Life is a journey and there's no destination. It's all a journey. And we all, end up somewhere in the end.
That's true. When people resort to like shaming and feeling holier than others, and that's
But
because of an insecurity within themselves, none of us are perfect. Everybody has sinned. And yeah, I agree. You shouldn't
yeah, and like,
especially somebody you're in trying to get into a relationship with. And also like
when you're in a relationship, then someone in my position just feels like I'm not giving up any part of my life. I've accepted everything and I've been through everything and I just move forward. But to other people it's like they think of it as I'm giving up something when I've already been through things
mhm.
and I've accepted everything and I'm not ashamed of anything in my life because I've never intentionally tried to hurt anybody, but also I feel like it doesn't matter in the end because it's like you have to be strong enough to realize that you keep moving forward.
And that's the thing. If you're dating somebody who's not okay with you doing adult work, it's like the person has one or two options. Either be okay with it and everything that comes along with it and accept you for who you
Yeah.
are, or they need to like buy you out of that lifestyle. They need to be like, hey, what do you make a year? Okay, I want to be with you. I don't want you to be doing this. Let me pay
Yeah.
you X amount of dollars to not do that, right? Am I missing, like, is there a third option there?
So like
I
I'm
mean,
sure
the
this
third
is
option
actually
is
important,
that
I guess, because a lot of people are in my industry nowadays. So I would say it's not about the financial aspect of it. It's more about like uh I don't expect them to understand or accept me. I respect their position. I think everybody has the right to have their decision. And whatever they decide, it shouldn't be manipulated. Manipulation is what ruins relationships in any form. Anytime someone tries to change somebody's decision, that's manipulation. So I respect their decision, but also what I don't respect is if somebody tries to like somebody and they know inside what they've done but they deny it, and then when they are faced with it, that's when they shun somebody, because that hurts more than not being accepted is to be let alone.
Hmm. I don't know. It kind of seems like I've
Because
had bad
it's not even financial, it's more about just like having somebody that you can trust.
Yeah. I remember when my last ex, before I met Frank, before we were breaking up, like it felt like so much had to happen for it to be for it to feel good. And Scarlett, the right relationship is gonna feel easy. Like you're not gonna feel like every fight is you have to rack your brain to fix what's wrong, or like I was made to feel all the time in my last relationship that like all of the fights were my fault, and we'd be up fighting till like 2 a.m, and I have to be at work at like at 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
That's when I worked for the school. I would be there so early, and I would show up to work just like a mess, no sleep at all, because he was a comedian. He'd work late hours, but I would like Uber to his place just to hang out late, and I had to be up for work so early. Like I was giving so much of myself, and I was trying so hard to make it work. And at the end of the day, it felt hard because I was with the wrong person. And
yeah, exactly.
And when we broke up, I was floored because I was like, oh, how am I ever going to find somebody who had all the good aspects of him plus more good? And then like now that time has gone by, like there really was very little that was good about the relationship. I was just in it, so I couldn't see how bad it was. I just thought that the bare minimum stuff was like what you should shoot for. And now that so much time has gone by, I'm like, no, I was happy. I was accepting crumbs when I need to go ahead and get myself like an entire cake, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's lots of times though we like need that electricity to start our oven, you know, and start
but
baking
like
the cake. And sometimes it's hard to find the
electricity. Also a little overrated. People will be in entire relationships just because the electricity is good, but it's like if we're going on this metaphor,
I guess
you
I wore the
can't,
shirt today.
you're not
Maybe
going to be with
that's what
somebody
Ed
like
thinks.
50 years just because you had chemistry. Do you know what I mean? Like
AC/DC ended things for me, I
that's a
guess.
very cute shirt.
AC/DC.
While chemistry is important, Scarlett, it is not, as an old lady now who's married, it is not the most important thing. It is important, but like you need to have shared values. That's the most important thing.
I was gonna say like your moral center has to be around the same stuff.
And yeah, you probably can't,
like,
you know,
because like not for nothing, I will say if someone's gonna take you on as a romantic partner, then you're
like, but I have a shower poof here.
Right.
Well, yeah, I know it's cute.
I know you're
I
probably
think, though,
limited
that, like,
to
if
what
somebody
you can.
likes you for who you are now, they can't shun you for anything you've done before. It shouldn't come up and dictate who you are now, because if they didn't know that and you're honest enough to tell them that everything,
it sounds like
yes,
they're ultimately not cool with who you are if these things come up,
because I wouldn't be who I am now,
right. Oh,
and
they're
know
okay
what
with
I
this,
have and
but they're not
respect
okay
and
with
have the
that.
values.
It's like they're not. They have to. Someone that is going to work out with you, Scarlett, has to accept you for who you are, and whether that means you want to completely drop, you know, this line of work and evolve to something else, or if you want to stay with it for the rest of your life. Like the person still needs to accept you for who you are, and you know the story of your life, and also that's what's and know, hey, I want to build a future with you, and it's not gonna, you can't be with somebody who's gonna shame you, because no one is perfect, everyone has sinned. There's stuff that this person you're with could be shamed for or called out for. So and
that's why I feel like it's
they're not
important to
more
talk
important
about.
than you, Scarlett, you know what I mean? Like it's you're
it's not worth your sanity.
Like, I'm sorry to
equals
be
here.
personal in a weird way, but like I also didn't want to let you down because I told you I was gonna hop on, and then
oh my god,
I was in this
Scarlett,
situation, and
I wouldn't have cared. I know things
I would
come
rather
up.
let you know, like, that I don't mean to let you down by not being part of the
you're not letting me
conversation
down.
when I'm in a situation,
Very
and that I don't want to be bad to anybody, you know.
No, I could never be upset with you, Scarlett. You're a sweetheart, and you know, we text all the time, and I would never be upset if you were late or skipped a show or whatever.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
And I guess the only reason why I cry is because I can't feel ashamed of anything about who I am now, and I couldn't rewrite my life to change anything I've done, because it wouldn't have given me the person I am now and the realizations that we get. We only find individuality when we make mistakes, or even if we didn't make a mistake to somebody else, we went through something that we realized we who we are by all our decisions. So we take
Totally.
accountability for who we are through our decisions, and that makes us who we are today. So how could we rewrite our life? We never could. We are who we are now, and we are who we are going forward. And we're only a better person going forward. Otherwise, no one would like us now. And then if I had somebody that liked me and accepted me, then they would accept who I am now, and that's everything I have been up to this point. Otherwise, they're not being honest with me.
And
you know?
like love, someone who loves you is not going to shame you.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? How does that thing go? Love is patient, love is kind. I'm looking it up. Hold, please.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys, for crying, but I was in a theater major when I went to college, and then we were taught to just express ourselves, so I just freely emotize or whatever the word is.
This is from 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. So whoever is like meant to be with you, like your ride or die. Oh, the gerbil video is still playing. Let's take that off. I don't know if Scarlett can hear me. Whoever's like meant to, you know what? Whoever's meant to be with Scarlett and be her ride or die is not going to get hung up on her past.
No, also the person is going to be try to help her be the best version of her that she could possibly be. They're not going to try to drag her down by reminding her of the worst stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say if I had to bet money, I would say she needs to break up with this dude. And I'm pretty sure this dude doesn't listen to SimpCast, so I don't feel bad about saying that.
No, I don't think he's listening right now. Something tells me that he doesn't even know the show exists.
No. She's talking into her phone again. For 10 people. Wraith, what's up, homie? Thanks for the 5. Congrats on the Bean taking his first steps.
The Bean took steps?
He'll be following you in no time. Which celebrity would you hate to be stuck in an elevator with? Oh, God, there's so many. Joy Reid? I don't know. There's so many. Yeah, I can get that.
Jonah Hill.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty insufferable.
Boo.
Let me get the video of the Bean. He's been like pivoting and kind of being more confident with his cruising. Like he'll, leave one piece of furniture and grab the next, and he'll do longer and longer stretches. But this was last night. Oh, he took 2 little steps, and I was like, he's walking. And then Frank ran over with his phone. Here's the Bean. He swung a leg around.
Let's see if he does another.
Oh, I'm proud mama.
And Waffles is like, what about me?
Right? Like, I walk all the time, Mom.
He makes eye contact with the camera, like, on a regular basis. Or maybe he's just like, it's daddy. Yeah. And he had done 2 steps before this.
See if he does another.
I'm going, oh, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. I don't think he knows. Like some kids, when they walk, they're like, I'm doing it. And he was unfazed.
He's just like, I'm existing. I'm bopping around.
He's like, I'm just trying to chew on my plastic pepper. Viking. Oh, I'll bring that back when Scarlett's back, if she comes back. I don't think she's coming
That's
back.
horrible advice too.
Viking for 5. Scarlett, I'm sure there are hundreds of guys on your OF that would love to date you. No, Viking. Bad Viking. Wrong. She should not be dating anybody from her OnlyFans.
A horrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's like, oh, we got to get her off, those are just off of OnlyFans. I'll finish my sentence. That is something, you have to be ready to do that. You can't, no amount of messages from the chat or even me, can make that happen.
Yeah, no, I would never try to say anything contrary unless she were to ask my advice. But even then, it's not my place. Like if that's something she decides on her own, that has to be something she decides.
Yeah. It's
She seems very unhappy though. I will say that.
Yeah, it's hard to giving good advice is so tricky because you never have the whole picture. It's like I can only say like what I did when I was in a bad relationship.
Right.
And I just remember like, oh, it felt bad most of the time. And then I met Frank. I'm like, wow, this feels really easy. And I felt so like immediately calmed by his presence and so safe. And I was like, oh, this person would never hit me. This person would like never isn't scary. Like just values peace, isn't gonna, I mean, we really don't argue much at all, but certainly it would never go into like a fighting till 2 a.m. situation. Like we both had work. It's someone who hijacks your night like that is
it's horrible. It's so selfish.
Yeah. It's just not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's tricky too, because giving advice is tricky too, because if you're wrapped up in like the results, like getting the results of your advice, if something doesn't happen, then you'll be like, oh, why did I even bother giving advice? It's
well, I've had this problem like personally with a friend of mine, whereas like I had reacted so harshly to one of his relationships where I was just like, this is a horrible thing, this is a like big mistake. I reacted so poorly to that and so overtly that when he got into another relationship and these red flags came up, I was so hesitant to even mention anything, because I was like, okay, I don't want to come off like hypercritical, overly judgmental. I don't want to push him into a place where he's getting defensive. But that blew up catastrophically, and like even now when we talk about it, it's one of those like, I'm sorry, I should have like maybe said something.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do you know? Like hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah. I hope she's okay.
Me too.
I will text her now. Sorry, chat.
Chrissie's world.
Chrissie's on. All we do is watch the Adam Sandler on Sesame Street singing, "This is a song about Elmo." And sometimes if the bean doesn't wake up from his nap, like in an organic fashion, we'll put that on and he'll be like,
That's so funny. Yeah, we have a few songs like that too.
Oh my god! And then we turned it off because we can't do much TV. Derek Seed, no decent man is going to be okay with her line of work. Either a man is going to date her thinking he can change her, or she needs to change before she meets a man. Aha. Okay.
Yeah, you attract that. You're going to attract a certain kind of person in that line of work, and if it sounds like this is the kind of person who is against it, but like knows it. It seems kind of manipulative, quite frankly.
Like in theory is okay with it, but then when he hears stories or anecdotes, goes, oh, I didn't think that was going on.
Right.
Yeah, I am for probably the second part of this, like change. But that's the thing, though. A good man could help her get her shit together, because Frank was that way with me.
Like she has to begin that journey on her own, though, because I don't think it's like someone's responsibility to like take that on and make her do it.
Right. Yeah, you gotta put the work in yourself, and you gotta want to.
Right, and I think a good man can see that she would want to. I mean, you know, I don't want to like go to the obvious example, but like Nala Ray found a seemingly decent man.
Yeah.
But that only came after all of that.
It sounds like this person that Scarlett's with is making her feel bad for either her past or like her current.
Well, there's a couple different motivations behind that, and the one I would worry most about is like that he's staying with her in order to be able to have this person that he talks down to.
Ooh.
Because like a person who's attracted to that kind of scenario is like a very predatory individual. And like, while I understand why people would be uncomfortable with her line of work, and I would not, I felt like, you know, you know, we don't have to go into all of that, but like, I think that like there's something inherent, you have to worry about somebody being a predatory person when you go after somebody like that, more so than you would in someone who's not in her line of work, unfortunately for her.
Yeah. And also, when you're breaking up with somebody, you got to remember that like time spent in a relationship should not equal like, this is why I need to stay because I've invested X amount of time, or but I sleep over, but my stuff is here, therefore it's a good relationship, therefore I should stick it out.
An unfortunate mistake many of us make.
We all do it. Okay, I'll end with this video. Thank you, Kim, for coming here. This was so fun.
It was.
This is a real hodgepodge of stuff. Modern women have completely bought the lie. Oh, we love this topic. Bought all the lies of feminism that they cannot even spot a good man when he is right in front of her. At first, I thought this was Lauren Southern. Okay.
Are you saying that all blondes look alike?
Kind of.
So recently, I caught up with an old friend, and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple, and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work.
Wow.
I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids, and I just got lonely and bored. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or, like, they had just got married. And
how can you afford to do that? Like, how can I don't know. I don't know what it.
So
like,
dumb.
you don't have a job. Why would you be leaving? Why would you be leaving? Period.
For like
you
this fantasy
kids
life
with this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very selfish.
they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced.
Wow.
And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's
What about the
dating.
kids?
So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I can hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar.
That's what-
They want to hang out, have a
Isn't
good
that
time.
exactly
and
what
that's
you
it.
wanted to do?
She said no.
That's what being single is.
She said that's what she wanted.
Right. Oh my God. She should have really looked into this before leaving her husband.
Wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want
like your husband?
provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? Yeah. And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously.
Oh.
They have been divorced for a total of 3 years.
Yeah.
And he has been dating this girl for 2 years.
Of course.
She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids.
Wow.
And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like,
So fast. It's not like it was.
She's the one who jumped ship because she thought she was gonna be like living the life.
She thought she was gonna upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
She thought she was gonna get everything she had with this ex-husband, plus excitement, plus date
with his
dating.
kids.
Yeah. Oof. That's so selfish.
Trashy bitch.
That's a trashy move. The kids really suffer the most.
I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick. And
Yeah, 'cause he
didn't
was
even
a
wanna give
catch.
us another try. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he didn't want to give it a try.
I was like, okay.
Oh, he did not want to give it a try?
I thought he said he
has
didn't
been
want to give it a
dating
try
this
again
girl
with
for
her.
2 years. She has 2 kids and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, you know, I can't even find nobody, and he just found
because
someone so
you're
quick.
a single mom. And he's a guy with a big job. Dirt.
And he didn't even want to give us another try, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you're single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility?
Wait
And
a
I'm like,
second.
wait.
That makes him an even better guy, because if he went out and just found like a sugar baby or some chick in her early 20s, you'd be like, oh God, she's dating some whore.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
he's doing a Brady Bunch.
Exactly. Talk about like having compatible morals and values.
This blonde woman, by the way, adding nothing. I want her to just get out of the way so I can see this woman. She's not even reacting. She's not saying jack shit. I just want to see this lady's face.
Aren't you looking for someone to take on that?
This is a prime example of a woman making the mistake of leaving a man based on the 90-10 theory. If you guys don't know what the 90-10 theory is, it's where a man can have 90% of what a woman wants in a man, but she becomes so focused on the 10% that that man doesn't have that she breaks it off. She lets him go even though he has 90% of what she wants. And look, when a woman does this, she is fully convinced that she can find a man with 100% of what she wants. And then she goes out into the dating pool and she tries to find a man with that 10%. She thinks initially that this is all that she really wants, and that is what she's focused on. Until she starts cycling through these men, and what she finds is that they don't have all the 90% that her ex did. She finds out the hard way that men don't actually all have that 90% that her husband had. That's why she didn't appreciate it to begin with, because she thought that every man, or at least many men, had the same qualities as her husband, but you know, the 10% was lacking, and that's what she needed to find. Well, over time, she realizes that she made a mistake, that she should have appreciated that 90%. And as far as the 10% that was lacking, maybe she could have either one, accepted it because she knew that the 90% made up for it, or two, she could have agreed with her husband to work on it. But with that, she needs to be open to taking some accountability for herself and her own actions, and potentially looking at changing some things that she does. This is such an important message for women to hear, because you cannot go back on it, because what this man did is that he realized that he was missing out, right? That she may have only had 50% of what he wanted. And then what happened when she released him? He found somebody else. And I bet you anything that that woman, that next woman, appreciates everything about that man. But what really kind of stinks about his new relationship is that you can tell by how this friend is talking that his ex-wife is jealous. She is questioning why he ended up going for a woman that has kids, and he is supporting her, and she is a stay-at-home mom, essentially. Newsflash, you had that and you let it go. But if she doesn't take accountability for that, she doesn't realize that it was her loss, that she made the mistake, that is final, there's no going back. She is probably going to dislike that other woman that's going to be around her children for no reason other than she is getting to reap the benefits of being with that good man. So that...
Whoo! You know what she should have done is dated around while still being married. Then she could have known that the guys out there are shit. Aw. No, that's not true. Wow, that's so dumb. It's very, very selfish. She was not thinking of the kids. If you're bored, like, I don't know, and you're stay-at-home mom, pick up a hobby. Go out with your girlfriends. There's so much you can do.
And that's the thing. That's why it's also important to surround yourself with good girlfriends, because women who like have friends who are divorced are more likely to end up getting divorced. It's like a social contagion. But I also think that we're like, you know, the pamper generation, in the sense that like, oh, like everything needs to be catered around to me feeling good all the time.
Mhm.
And you get into your first big fight as a married couple, or you get into like, you run into like a really rough period, because everybody goes through tough times. And then you immediately turn on each other instead of working through it, because this is an uncomfortable period, and how dare you not exactly accommodate to what I need you to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even through rough patches. And then that gets labeled as like abusive and neglectful and all this other nonsense. So people are like jumping ship on relationships, and people are also settling way too easily.
Yeah. I just think it's very immature to be like, oh, I'm just gonna. She's treating her husband like some guy she's dating. Like, oh, I'll just dip out.
Yeah, I only you know, reproduce with this man. Now I think I'm rethinking my life choice.
I only took an oath before God.
Mhm.
No big deal.
Screw that, right?
Who knows? Maybe they got married at town hall or something. To rage lunatic. No matter who, everyone has a past, good or bad. So true. Wraith. Fools don't know what they have till it's gone. It's true. It's like the Janet Jackson song. Old nerdy. She's an idiot. She's always going to want what she doesn't have. Even if the husband gets back with her, it will start the cycle over again. Yeah, she won't appreciate him.
Yeah.
She needs to learn this lesson. You know, maybe after she does some hard thinking, and she'll have some kind of a paradigm shift and be a better woman for some other guy.
I put my money on her becoming a cat lady.
Ugh, I just feel bad for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much you can do to like go have fun as a. Can you imagine? Oh my God, you're single, not single. You're a stay-at-home mom. You don't have to work. You don't need to deal with the stress of bringing in an income.
It's so easy. You
all day. You could
you don't even have to go out. Like, quite frankly, like, you know, you could save your dinner until the kids are in bed. You can like intentionally have a meal, just you two. You can do like movie night. You can, you know, honestly, like, especially when my husband was like working 15-hour shifts, sometimes like the best part of our day was just like, I would like draw a really hot bath and just like sit with him. You know?
That's the best. I love a bath so hot, like I'm afraid I'm gonna cook.
Exactly, like a frog in boiling water. It just
yeah,
like you just
boiling bath. Ugh, nothing better. And then you get out and you're kind of dizzy and you're like, whoa.
You're steaming.
Yeah, you're steaming. Oh my God. I'm so mad at this woman for doing that to her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And then having the nerve to be baffled about it.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna see what Scarlett's doing. I'm sure she's fine, right? Okay. Let's do an outro.
So I am hosting a dark MAGA emo karaoke party in DC this Friday. I'm going to be announcing all of the like specific details on Warboy Studios tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, so don't miss my live. It's going to be really fun. I also just started releasing videos on YouTube again at Coulter Culture, so check that out because they're really groovy. And follow me on X for all the updates on my shenanigans. Thank you very much.
Yes. Guys, come see me. I've got a bunch of gigs coming up in Long Island, Texas, Ohio, California, Arizona. Go to chrissiemayr.com for tickets. Also, we've got more Nightmare episodes coming up. Very excited. If you missed the episode with Bricksuit from this past Friday, go ahead and watch it. I had the Bricksuit here in studio. We did a very cool one-on-one. Who else is coming up? I think I'm going to have Justine Brooke Murray here next weekend. So more exciting guests on the way. Stay tuned. This was fun. Thanks for watching SimpCast, and we'll see you next time. Bye.